Utro, of course. We're in lovely Plovdiv here, and yeah, today, finals day, so many exciting races. We've seen the B finals this morning, and the weather absolutely stunning. I mean, we have clear skies. It's 29 degrees at the moment. We have a bit of a tailwind.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the finals to see some quick times, I think. Yeah, the grandstand already packed, completely filled with friends, family, parents, but also crew members from the other crews who raced here. So great to see all the athletes here supporting their teammates. Yeah, looking forward to this already the final day of racing here in Plovdiv.
Already the final day. That was a quick look, previewing what we can look forward to this morning. If you're with us in local time, these are the local Plovdiv Bulgarian times. So yeah, the timetable, quads, doubles, of course the 8 singles, loads to look forward to with our program concluding just past 12:30 local time. As we mentioned, well, the first medals were awarded yesterday, and we'll look forward to more medals to come as we await the start of the lightweight women's single sculls. We had fantastic semifinals, Tim, yesterday.
Oh.
Such tight racing, yeah?
Yeah, there was one of the most exciting semifinals I've seen for a long while. I mean, we had such close racing yesterday. I mean, so many athletes on such a high level, and really tight at the front. So it was heartbreak for some of the crews being relegated to the B final, but here we have a list of our 8 finalists of this under 23 lightweight women's single sculls. The A final, we have Marion Heiniger from Switzerland racing from lane number 1. Carissa Riley from Canada representing that lovely maple leaf there on the oars. Grace Cypher from Australia, of course, she's already been in an A final last year, but she's back again and going for that gold, I think. Right beside her we have Ilaria Corazza from Italy, also a row with plenty of experience. We'll talk about her any moment. And then Alice Osbey, of course, silver medalist from last year, one of the favorites for a gold medal, I think, and closest to the camera position. We have Amanda Gil Camacho from Spain as we look at the Swiss athlete here. Looking a bit tense. I think this is, of course, where it all comes together. A year's worth of training comes together here in this moment. The coming 7.5 minutes will decide how it's all going to unfold in your season, and the final race of this season. You're gonna be a bit tense, and as we see Grace Cypher here in one of those center lanes.
Yeah, Grace Cypher with the yellow unisuit of Australia, and then over to Ilaria Corazza of Italy. She took gold in the lightweight women's quad last year at the Senior World Championship, so immense pedigree. And yeah, Alice Osbey, as mentioned, another one to keep a really close eye on.
Yeah, she'll try and establish an early lead as she did yesterday in the semi-final. As we look at the Spanish Amanda Gil Camacho there, she looks ready. I think she's a bit of puff of the cheek. Last final few breaths as they ready themselves for that first stroke, that all-important first stroke, where you can release all the energy that's now boiling inside you. The nerves will be in there, but through and a bit of sizing up the competition. So plenty of to do for these athletes, because we have a bit of a breeze, but you want your single scull to be pointing absolutely dead straight to the finish line to make sure you get off right. As we see the bow of Alice Osbey's single scull here. And what's going through the minds of these athletes now? Yeah,
you know, it's an incredible moment, I think, up at the start, and folks who have rowed certainly know this. It's oftentimes absolutely silent until they're under starters' orders, and of course that's the opposite feeling at the grandstand. So we'll just listen in.
Yes, and off the green light, we heard the buzzer there, and a quick start, a very quick start, I think, from Ilaria Corazza from Italy, the world champion in the quad, as we ride with her. High rate of striking, of course, 47 strokes a minute from the Italian athlete there. Going with her, we see Alice Osbey now on screen. Furious racing from her to 45 strokes a minute as she moves out, and then we have Carissa Riley here in full view. Good start, I think, all across the board.
Yeah, nice start from all of these. Tim, as you mentioned, Alice Osbey with a fast start yesterday. She led all the way down the course until the final 500 meters when in her semi-final when she was overhauled by the Italian Ilaria Corazza. So I think you're right. Her strategy may well be to do that again, but perhaps we'll see a different strategy in the final 5. Still early goings. It is Osbe leading up at the top of the field, just over Canada. Italy running right with them as well.
Yes, as we look to Corazza of Italy here, and the umpire following this race to make sure all the athletes stay in their lanes. I don't think he's going to have a hard job today in this A final with all these athletes right on top of their game. But as we get the side shot here, Alice Osbe from Turkey, she's moved out, I think, about half a length over Carissa Riley from Canada, the Calgary Rowing Club athlete. She is moving into that silver medal position, and look at the center lanes. We would have expected Grace Cypher from Australia and Ilaria Corazza from Italy to be right up here, but a fast, furious start from Osbe from Turkey.
Closing through the first quarter, it is Osbe first to cross over with a bit of a margin over the rest of the field, nearly 2 seconds on the Canadian, 2.5 seconds over the Italian. Her job, of course, will be to hold this pace through the second quarter. 36, the quickest moving boat on the course, but I think Grace Cypher, Tim, might have a little bit of a different race strategy, or maybe not the best 500, I don't know, but she seems to be increasing speed. Still off of Turkey. It's Turkey, Italy, and then Canada back to Australia, but I think we have more to see from Grace Cypher.
Yeah, the Sydney Rowing Club athlete here, you could just see the bow ball of the number 3 there, but she has a lot of work to do. She's 21 meters behind Alice Osbe here, full view with about number 5. As we see on the left-hand side of the screen, the pack closing up behind Alice Osbe, but the Turkish athlete, she's done so well in this first 750 to establish clear water lead over Canada and Italy in silver and bronze medal position.
Riding now with Corazza of Italy. She knows the job that she needs to do. Again, immense pedigree from this Italian athlete. She's a real talent for the Italian team who's had such a fantastic regatta. She's still got a bit of work to do, though, to catch up to Osbe from Turkey in this A final. The Canadian running nearly level with the Italian, and then it's back to the Aussie.
Yeah, this image perhaps a bit deceptive because Marion Heiniger from Switzerland, from Zeeklub Biel, she is close. She seems close behind Canada, but she's actually clear water back. As the camera pans out, we see the bridge, which marks halfway through the course, and here we ride with Alice Osbe again, past 1,000. Halfway through the course, and it's still clear water for her, with Ilaria Corazza from Italy, I think, moving into that silver medal position.
Oh, Corazza, we saw her with that big last 500 in the semi-final. We're now in the third quarter as she starts to set herself up, and we'll see if she can track down Turkey Alice Osbe. But it's going to take quite a lot of work, I think.
Yes, she has a lot of work to do, but we had the picture of Osbe, and she's really gritting her teeth already. I think she went out hard and tried to dominate this race, but the second half of this race is still to row, and as you can see, almost 800 meters before she's at the line. But well, she's doing well so far, I think, maintaining a nice rhythm here, 35 strokes a minute, and looking at the speed of her boat, she's really impressive as Grace Cypher now moves into a bronze medal position, I think, over Carissa Riley from Canada.
Grace Cypher with that move in the third quarter to start to jockey herself onto the podium. A bit of a push through that halfway point. It's taken the Canadian off of the podium for now, though they're nearly running level. That's Carissa Riley of Canada. And then looking at the blades then in the bottom right of the Spanish sculler Gil Camacho. I'm back with Italy. Oh, wow, I'm really impressed with Alice Osbe holding that margin up at the top and still building.
Yeah, impressive stuff from last year's silver medalist in this event, and she's gone out with a clear intent to get one better this year, and she's doing fantastic so far. We can see her here with the bow number 5 slicing through the water, slicing through that third quarter already at 1,500. and she's still able to maintain that clear water lead. This is a very good position for her to be in with 500 meters to go.
That's fantastic, isn't it? Osbey first across into the final quarter of the race. The race for silver heats up just behind her. We see these times roll in at the 1500 down, ever so close. Anyone's race, I think, for that silver medal barring any upsets for Turkey. But it's looking good, I think, for the Italians to take it.
Yeah, it's Italy now, Corazza in silver medal position, but it's not by much. It's less than half a boat length ahead of Canada now in bronze medal position. Carissa Riley with the maple leaf on her blade. She is a couple of meters, only 4 meters separating her and the silver medal. Out in front though, we see her here on the big screen. It is still Osbey, and I think she's even increasing her lead. I was wrong to doubt her for that second and a half at the start of this race, because she's really consistent in her race plan, and she comes into the Red Bull area now, 250 meters to go, and if she keeps this up, she'll be the world champion in 200 meters time.
Silver last year on the podium in this very event, and Osbey now on her way to capture the gold medal. The Italian challenging her, but there's just too big of a margin, I'm afraid, as they roll into the final couple of 100 meters. The Italian making a move, Ilaria Corazzo moving.
Yeah, it is Italy now moving into silver medal position, but look at the bow number 2, Carissa Riley from Canada now, putting some distance in Grace Cypher from Australia to get herself into bronze medal position. But the race out in front, and boy does she get a lot of support from the grandstand area. Alice Osbey of Turkey dominated this from start to finish. She's almost there, but look at Italy coming.
Oh, look out for Italy. Osbey holds what could be the gold medal. Italy on the charge. Corazza, we know she has an amazing final 500 meters. It will be Turkey over Italia as they come through these final closing stages. The bronze looking so good for Canada. Carissa Riley, absolutely fantastic, and a big pump into the air with the Aussie just behind for fourth.
Oh, the line came just in time for Alice Osbey, because she was really struggling in the last 50 meters or so, but she's done it. She's won the gold, the under 23 lightweight women's single scull world champion, Alice Osbey from Turkey.
Oh, well done. That late charge from Corazza, but Osbey made sure that she had the margin she needed.
Yeah, she made sure of that in the first, almost quarter, and then she kept on extending her lead. And for a moment there, I thought she wasn't able to keep that high pace up, but she did fantastic. Only struggling in the last 50 meters or so, but she had done enough by that stage. Well done.
Well done. Alice Osbey catching her breath. Legs in the water. We'll see that so much today because it is quite warm here in Plovdiv with Ilaria Corazza.
Yeah, just to confirm that Italy took the silver medal there, and Canada, we see her in on the picture now on the screen. Carissa Riley taking that bronze medal.
And fast and furious then, we move back up to the start, awaiting the lightweight men's single sculls A final with Konrad Hulsch, Moritz Cooper of Germany, Konrad Hulsch of Austria, Giovanni Borgonovo of Italia, Jan Struzina of Switzerland, Finlay Hamel of New Zealand, and Rasmus Lind of Denmark.
Yeah, all quality athletes in this A final. We saw the semi-finals yesterday, and it was so close as we're used to seeing in this lightweight event. But we'll take a particular close eye to the two center lanes because they were really the standout athletes in those semi-finals. So we'll look at Dian Struzina of Switzerland and Giovanni Borgonovo from Italy, as we see Struzina here on the big screen.
Last year's silver medalist, Struzina.
We're already off. The A final of the lightweight men's single sculls is well and truly underway, and a nice even start there. Nothing to split these athletes so far as we ride with Struzina of Switzerland, and here the furious rating of Konrad Hulsch from Austria.
Incredible 55 strokes per minute as we saw, just flying off of the starting blocks. That early lead he's continuing to hold at the moment. This is a look, I believe, with the over to the Danish sculler Rasmus Lind. took 7th in this event last year, and so he's already improved upon that result.
Yeah, sure. The Soro Row Club athlete racing in lane number 6. So already an improvement from last year, but I think he wants to try and get one of those medals because he was really close to the leading crew in the semi-finals. As we see the Moritz Küper from Germany now in full view. High rate of striking as we're used to seeing in this lightweight events. All these athletes 37 strokes or higher, with Strutzinger from Switzerland actually underrating most of his competitors. But we saw yesterday that he's really efficient at that 37 strokes a minute range.
Finland Hamel of New Zealand, his international debut at the 3rd World Cup earlier this year. He took 13th overall in the lightweight men's single. So racing up the senior category, earning speed here at the U23s. That's paid off for him in this A final.
Yes, but look at, we're about to reach the first quarter timing mark, 500 meters gone, and look at this. It is Gian Strutzinger from Switzerland. He's moved out with a clear intent, and I'm a bit surprised to see Borgonovo from Italy not right up there. He was in yesterday's semi-final already a length ahead of his competitors at this stage of the race, but Strutzinger really dominating this first quarter.
And do you know, Borgonovo says Paul O'Donovan, a name that many will know from Ireland, the Olympic gold medalist in the lightweight world. He cites him as being his inspiration.
Oh, that's so great. I mean, a fantastic role model, right,
yes.
as a lightweight sculler.
Hello, Paul, if you're listening.
Yeah, and it is Borgonovo. He's from Gavirate Rowing Club, so he trains on Lago di Varese, where we have, of course, our good friend Luca Borgini, who's also watching this live stream. I think he'll be interested to see what Giovanni is up to. But out in front, we're at about 800 meters into this race, and Strutzinger leading by a full length over Lind and Hamel from Denmark and New Zealand.
Tim, this is another instance, as we saw in the last race, of an athlete who took the silver in this boat category the prior year to go off and chase the gold. That has to be an incredible feeling at this moment.
Yeah, it must feel amazing that you're a length up on the rest of the field. You're not even halfway there, but you can relax just that little bit more, I think, and that can make all the difference. I mean, sometimes you don't need to work harder, you just need to be a bit more relaxed, and if you're a length up on the rest of the field, you can just find that relaxation just a bit easier. And he's working hard. We can see on the face of Gian Strutzinger that he's really putting in an effort, but he's a length, almost a clear water, quarter length of clear water clear of Hamel from New Zealand, a Waikato Rowing Club athlete from in the all-black uniform in silver medal position now, and behind them is very close. It's I think Denmark and Italy now in that bronze medal position, or at least fighting for that bronze medal position.
Yeah, Finland Hamel of New Zealand, saw him earlier on in the race, just out of picture now, but we see his black unisuit on the left side. He had a good move at that halfway mark, and as Tim, you said, pushed himself into silver medal contention, leaving behind Italy and Denmark, who go toe-to-toe for the bronze medal. But what a good press at that halfway from the New Zealand athlete. I think he's making a push, certainly, to track down Struzina, but he's got a little bit of work to do, I'm afraid.
Yeah, we're just past 12:50, and look at the bow ball of Giovanni Borgonovo from Italy. I think he's making a bit of a move. He's closing up to Finlay Hamel of New Zealand, with Gian Strutzinger keeping them all off, still at that 1 1/4 length range. But this is going to be the most painful bit of the race. I think here you really need to dig deep in that third quarter to make sure your speed keeps on that nice high level all the way through, and then the final 500, your arm really hurting, but at this stage you really need to dig deep and make sure you don't relinquish any of your lead if you're Strutzinger from Switzerland. So he's doing very well, I think, about to cross 500 meters left to go, and he's still nice and long, nice connection at the front end of the stroke, but Finlay Hamel creeping up slightly, I think, in this third quarter.
Yeah, he's had a really nice third quarter, hasn't he, Finlay Hamel of New Zealand, as the times roll in. I'm keeping a really close eye, too, on Borgonovo of Italy, able to edge, I think, Denmark away just a bit to get himself into what could be a bronze medal position, but he knows this is his shot at the podium.
Yeah, we're in the final 400 meters of this race, and Gian Struzina is feeling the pressure from Finlay Hamel, I think, and Italy's Borgonovo also pushing along. Rasmus Lind from Denmark, the fourth placed athlete so far. So we have 4 scullers going for 3 medals as they come into the Red Bull area.
Oh, Struzina under pressure from the race that's happening behind him. The New Zealander, the Kiwi, moving. Finlay Hamel, absolutely incredible. He takes it up to 39 strokes per minute.
Oh, it's going to be oh so close. It's Italy with the highest boat speed now. Finlay Hamel of New Zealand right behind the Swiss sculler. It's going to be oh so close, I think. He's about to get overhauled. It's oh so close. Look at Italy. Look at the Italian sculler. He's really flying past.
Oh, Borgonovo overhauls the Swiss sculler. Struzina for just a moment, toe-to-toe. It is Italy leading.
Oh, and Struzina is maybe off the podium because Rasmus Lind is flying towards the finish. Borgonovo from Italy, I think, has taken the lead with 100 meters still to go. It is, oh, it's so close. Finlay Hamel from New Zealand right up there. It's going to be, we're going to be on the line. It will be Italy, I think, just 2 strokes remaining. It was Italy. Borgonovo takes the gold medal. Then it's Finlay Hamel from New Zealand for the silver. And Rasmus Lind takes a bronze medal here. And Gian Struzina, he led from the start to 200 meters to go. But he has to settle for 4th place overall.
This is such a competitive category. I mean, of course, all of these boat classes are, but this is one with, I believe, the most number of entries. So it is quite an accomplishment to be in the A final, and heartbreak for Struzina.
Yeah, and so impressive that Giovanni Borgonovo wasn't distracted or put off by the fact that Struzina was leading him by 2 lengths at 500. Very mature race plan, flawlessly executed, and he's our new world champion.
Italy having a fantastic under-23 championship. You can read more about it in a piece from yesterday on worldrowing.com, but collecting a lot of... We've heard the Italian anthem. We're really happy to hear it. We've heard it quite a bit yesterday, and more to come today.
Yes, at least once more, I think, and we'll see what the rest of the day will bring, but we move now to the victory ceremony of the under-23 lightweight women's single sculls.
Of the bronze medal for Canada, Carissa Riley, with the medals presented by Algirdas Raslanas from World Rowing and Ivan Popov from the organizing committee here in Plovdiv, Bulgaria.
Yeah, and a great improvement on last year because she was 16th overall last year, and now she's on the podium. So well done, Carissa Riley.
And Ilaria Corazza from Italy. She's probably a bit more comfortable in this heat.
I think she is, yes. And great to see her collect another medal after the gold in the lightweight women's quad last year. And here she is.
Representing Turkey, Elis Ozbey.
Yes.
Oh, what a moment.
Yeah, did you see the tattoo of the single on her left bicep?
Well spotted.
She really lives and breathes rowing, and look at how emotional she is. I think she's really fighting back the tears.
And the national anthem, Turkey. Well done, Elis Ozbey of Turkey, the world champion in the under-23 lightweight women's single sculls.
So next race on the course will be the A final of the women's double sculls. So 6 crews already at the start. We have Greece racing from lane number 1. Sofia Dalidou and Gabriela Liolou. Right next to them we have France, Massimin and Raymond. Obukua and George from Great Britain as we go to Switzerland in the other center lane. Romania in lane number 5, and closest to the grandstand area we'll have Germany. All these crews well and truly underway. We expect some fireworks from the center lanes with Great Britain and Switzerland, the fastest qualifiers for this A final, as we race here with Charlotte Luster and Harriet Wappler-Niemeyer from Germany racing in that lane number 6 as the crew from Romania here. And well, what do you know, the Romanian crew, highest rating crew out on the course. And as we ride here very briefly with Olivia Roth from Switzerland. She's from Ruder Club Zurich. And look at the cohesion there, Colleen. I mean, it's so important in this double sculls to be absolutely perfectly symmetrical. And the Swiss double here looking smooth as they have started their race. We're about a minute in, and well, difficult to see from this camera angle, but I think Romania are up there leading this race, and they've taken quite a handsome lead over Germany and Great Britain, with Switzerland having the work to do in 4th position. As we see the French double here, difficult to see where they are exactly relative to the crews, but a nice cohesion there from the French athletes as GB come into view.
Yeah, Great Britain a little bit lower, as we can see the stroke right in the bottom left graphic, so taking fewer strokes per minute against, say, the Romanian leaders at 39 strokes per minute. We'll keep an eye on Great Britain. This combination won at the Henley Women's Royal Regatta a few weeks back. So they've had a good season, looking to build upon it here at the U23s. First across through the 500 down, it is Romania, just over a second behind them. Great Britain, then back to Germany. Switzerland just slipping back then into 4th, Greece and France.
Yeah, so as we concentrate there on the GB and the Swiss double, the camera pans to the right and we look to the Romanian double, defending champions from last year. Morozanu and Balaucha there in the stroke seats. They've moved out with clear intent. I didn't expect them to be leading by 10 meters. That's a good length lead over Great Britain in silver medal position now, and Germany just outside of the view of this camera angle in bronze medal position.
Yeah, this Romanian combination, Morozanu and Balaucha, they were, as you mentioned, Tim, they're defending their title, and they were relegated to race the repechage because Great Britain edged them out in the earlier round in the heat. So this is a matchup I think we'll want to have a particular eye on. I think Great Britain has a bit more speed to come.
Yeah, I think so. So Great Britain, stroked by Catherine George and Vaire Obukua there in the bow seat. They are underrating all these crews by quite a couple of strokes a minute, but there's plenty of power there, I think. Nice long strokes from the GB double, but still in that silver medal position, because the Romanians surprised everybody, I think, to move out to a full-length lead as they pass 1,000. We're already at halfway. Romania lead Great Britain, and behind them, I think that must be the crew from that Switzerland and Germany now fighting for bronze.
Oh, halfway in the bronze medal boat from last year. The returners from Great Britain, Obukwa and George, will need to go now to pull themselves up. They're about 3 strokes per minute now lower than the Romanians. The Romanians lengthening just a bit, but Great Britain moving a bit quicker in terms of boat speed. And I think this is a critical moment.
Yeah, this is the famous third quarter where you either defend the lead you've already established or try to close up on the leading crews, and Great Britain trying to do so. Still about 10, 11, 12 meters behind Romania, though. Switzerland making a decisive move, I think, into bronze medal position.
Yeah, Switzerland will just need to hold off Germany, which I think they can do fairly comfortably to take the bronze. But up at the top, wow, it's getting hot in this third quarter. Romania continuing to hold. They came out fast, and this critical moment just before the 500 to go, we see them passing 12:50 down. They will need to defend, as you say, Tim, defend.
Yeah, and I think they are keeping the GB double there at a good distance. I mean, GB trying to, I think they've increased the rate by a bit, but not by much. GB, the fastest moving boat on the water, though, but it's still, well, I think it's about 500 meters still left to go. We're almost at the final timing mark as we move to the fixed camera position here. We see Romania, Morosanu there in the bow seat. She's closest to the finish, and she'll know she'll have a big job on her hands in the final 500 to keep GB well away from that gold medal.
This was always going to be, I think, a Great Britain-Romania showdown in the A final, and Romania continuing to hold. They will not break. Romania and Great Britain, 2.5 seconds separating them, but they're running very similar speeds. In fact, identical. Great Britain still somewhere to go. The Romanians 37, GB at 35.
Yeah, I think Romania still have a bit of a gear to go to if they want to and if they need to. GB having the work to do. If they want that gold medal, they'll have to start sprinting earlier than they would have liked to, but it's still a length for the Romanian double. GB pushing on, though. Switzerland moved clear into bronze medal position. The top three crews well established in front of the rest of the A finalists, but look at Romania go. GB pushing on, though. GB flying towards them, but not really making any impact.
Yeah, that's right. GB trying to press to break the Romanians, and GB now, they've increased their boat speed. They've taken it up 1 stroke per minute. I think this is the moment where they will turn another gear.
Yeah, here they go. They are closing up. Catherine George in the stroke seat takes it up a notch, 36 strokes a minute, but Romania, I think, have done enough. It is still 100 meters still left to row. Romania at 39 strokes a minute in the final few meters.
Romania matching Great Britain's boat speed. They will not be broken as they move into the final few strokes. 38 strokes per minute for the Romanians. It's 35 for Great Britain. Romania looking to capture the gold.
Yeah, great race from Romania. Hats off to you, because you've gone out, you've been brave, and you've kept that lead all the way down to the finish now. It is Romania who take the gold medal. Great Britain will take a silver. They improve on their result from last year, and Switzerland will take a famous bronze medal.
Germany now in their final few strokes. The Germans, Charlotte Luster in the stroke seat, Wappler Niemeyer in the bow seat, followed by France and Greece in their final few strokes, Dalidieu and Leoliu.
Yeah, so that young Greek combination finishing 6th overall here at the Under-23 World Championships. But gold medal goes to these two athletes from Romania. And just looking at that time, Colleen, I think that was a pretty rapid time. It was, I think, a 6 minute 48 and a half. And that's just shy, it's just above the World Championships best time. So quick conditions here, and a solid performance there by all the crews, but best among them was this Romanian double.
Well done. It's fascinating to see as the weekend progresses, as the tactics change. I think the Romanians knew, of course, that Great Britain was their biggest threat. They needed that lead, that advantage, and then had to hold in the third quarter, the final 750 meters, and perfectly executed to do just that.
Yeah, and you need to be really confident in your race plan to just go out fast and stick with it. And well done to Romania. They take the gold, GB the silver, and we saw Olivia Roth there. I think she recovered well. She did great stroking that Swiss double. As we move on to the next victory ceremony. So I think 2 medals already been awarded. So first, the bronze medal was for Rasmus Lind from Denmark, and Finlay Hamill from New Zealand just getting his silver medal. And here we look at our new world champion in the lightweight men's single sculls, representing Italy, Giovanni Borgonovo. He's done fantastic, and he adds to his gold medal collection, because last year he was a gold medalist in the lightweight men's double, and he's proven to himself and the world that he's top class here in the lightweight men's single too, as we will hear the national anthem of Italy in it.
Oh, well done. And we move on then to the start list for the men's double sculls. Germany in lane 1, Poland lane 2, Ireland lane 3, Uruguay in 4, France in 5, and Lithuania in lane 6.
Yes, we see the German double with junior world champions from 2021 there, Garbers and Strache. So you see one of the favorites for a medal here, Brian Kolch and Konam Pazaya. Surprise winners of yesterday's semi-final, Uruguay, Newton Seawright and Martin Zocalo. The French, a very polished double, Samuel Arc and Alric Roderick. And Lithuania, closest to the grandstand, already been called to attention.
And a start underway for the A final of the men's double sculls. Riding for a moment with the Lithuanians. And quick start for the Lithuanians. They're just up at the top. The Germans look to be among the quickest off the line at their 45. The Poles fly off at 51.
Yeah, as we expect them to do. I mean, Poland was very rapid in yesterday's semi-final. They just lost out to the crew from Uruguay, who we are seeing now on the big screen. Uruguay, 43 strokes a minute, and I think all these crews, it's the last race of the season. They're going to empty the tank all the way down the course. But Poland led for so long in that semi-final yesterday and were overhauled by Uruguay in the last 50 meters or so. So I expect the Polish crew to go out fast and establish an early lead. But we'll have to keep an eye out for that very quick Irish double to 40 strokes a minute from Brian Kolch there. And he's just outside the view of this picture as we ride with Uruguay. Uruguay, nice long strokes, well connected and nicely together. And we see France here now moving into view. But the race out in front, I think, currently dominated by Ireland. They lead, not by much though, Poland right beside them, and it's very close. I think France right in the mix there. Yes, we pan out 500 meters gone. It is Ireland leading over Poland, then it's France, Germany, Lithuania, with Uruguay currently in 6th.
Yeah, it's a quick start, a good first 500-meter stretch for the Irish, the only returning medalist from last year, certainly looking to improve upon the bronze that they received and tracking down the gold. That's what it's looking like in the early stages. They've established quite a lead, but I'd say that's with the exception of the Poles just out of the picture. You can see the Irish, the angle a little bit deceiving, and this Uruguay combination, Martin Zocola, Newton Seawright. Well, Newton Seawright, his sister Emma Seawright, rose for Canada. Oh. So both grew up in Canada, but Newton decided to represent Uruguay, and fantastic to see him here in this A final.
Yeah, I would expect Uruguay to have a faster second half of the race than the first half of the race. I mean, we saw exactly that race plan yesterday, where they rode through Poland. As we see Conan Pazaya there, the bow of that Irish double, and they look fantastic, so nicely together, long reach at the front end of the stroke, and they lead Poland by about a canvas as we approach halfway. And here are the Polish combination of Wozniak and Domanski, with Jakub Wozniak there, the bow seat, and he keeps a good eye out to that for that Irish double to his left, because they know that is one of the crews they'll have to beat to get the gold medal here.
That's absolutely right, and we see Ireland just clipping it along. I love how quick they are at the front to get the blade in and chip along at the top of the field now into the third quarter. Poland staying in really close touch, less than a second away. Of course, the Irish keeping a good eye on them. They see that. The Poles take it up to 40 strokes per minute, so not afraid to use the stroke rate to their advantage.
No, it's a high rate from Poland, 40 strokes indeed, 37 from the Irish, which looks a bit more sustainable to me, if I'm honest. As we ride with the Polish, that high rhythm from them, they have a good solid boat speed. They're equaling the boat speed from the Irish double right beside them. And currently in silver medal position, as we see France. I think the French just being overhauled by Germany just outside of picture here. The Timo Strache in the stroke seats all the way on the far side of the course, doing well. I think about a canvas over France now. France now in fourth position. Germany, good push from them, I think, 37 strokes a minute, and matching the top two crews for speed.
Yeah, Germany able to just push ahead of France and potentially get themselves onto the podium. That's the challenge that's happening behind the Irish and the Poles. Team Ireland, though, we see their speed. They are continuing to open up their margin and push away the Poles. I think Poland, of course, will sense this. They'll need to go now, but they might not just have the speed that the Team Ireland does.
No, it looks a bit more easy for Team Ireland here to develop that boat speed as they come into the final 500 meters. It's a clear water advantage for the Irish double. Amazing stuff here, and Poland slipping back, still in silver medal position, but the lead of the Irish combination is growing, and well, we haven't talked much about them, but the Germans now moving more securely into that bronze medal position.
Yeah, that German combination, as you mentioned, the former U19 champions in the med squad, quite plenty of pedigree from them, so we'll see what they put together in the final 500. At the top of the podium, though, Ireland hold, and moving just a bit quicker than the Poles, who take it up to 41.
Yeah, Poland take it up one notch, 41 strokes a minute, and right outside of view we have Uruguay also turning the afterburners on, but they have so much to make up for relative to the three leading crews. It is going to be Team Ireland. I think they're stretching out even further. It is 200 meters still left to row for Pazaya and Coles from Ireland. I think they will be world champion, but Poland feeling the squeeze. Uruguay coming back at the Germans for that bronze medal.
Uruguay with that amazing sprint in the prior round. They might be able to catch the Germans, but they're starting to run out of water. Up at the top, though, the Irish moving, looking to capture the gold medal in the men's double sculls in style. They led the entire way in the last round and looking to do just the same. It is the Irish with an open water advantage over the Poles. Well done to Ireland to capture the gold, the world champions in the men's double sculls. Big cheers. Then back to Poland, and over to Germany for the bronze.
Poland will take the silver medal. Germany take the bronze just ahead of Uruguay and France, and Lithuania complete the field. But the race from that Irish double, so impressive, and again quite a rapid time, 6:10 compared to our 6:07 World Championships best. So amazing performance there from Pazaya and Colts from Ireland, the gentleman from the Emerald Isle, taking a famous gold medal. Here we see the Polish silver medalists, and I'm not sure if they were pleased that they got the silver or angry that they lost the gold, because there was definitely quite a lot of emotion when they crossed the line.
Yeah, I did just see hands in the air from Konrad Domanski of Poland, so I think he's quite happy with that, and the Germans just exhausted, as all 6 of these crews are. As a look then at the times, the results of that A final, the world under-23 champions, Ireland and Pazaya and Kolsch, well done. Then Poland with the silver, Germany with the bronze.
As we go to the victory ceremony of the under-23 women's double sculls. And the medals will be presented by Jean-Christophe Roland, World Rowing President, and Krasimira Kalrova from the Hansgrohe representative. And we start out with the bronze medalist from Switzerland here. And we hear the cowbells. So Switzerland represented by Olivia Roth and stroke seats, and I think Talia Ahmada just getting her bronze medal. And the winners of the silver medal, Great Britain. Great Britain represented by Vaire Ubukua and Catherine George. Great to see them improve on the bronze medal performance from last year. They take the silver medal.
It's nice to see combinations stick together, and the privilege to witness how they develop over time.
And the under-23 women's double sculls world champions. Here they are, Romania. Yeah, successfully defending their world championship title from last year on Lago di Varese. Andrada Maria Morosanu in the bow seat, and Iulia Liana Braucha in the stroke seat. As we hear the Romanian anthem.
Big cheers for Romania. And a look back up the course as we await the A final of the women's straight four with Germany, Australia, Poland, Canada, Great Britain, and Chile.
Yeah, 2 of the crews qualify directly for this A final. They'll be found in the center lanes, with the outside lanes Germany here having to contest the repechage. And here Australia too, so Australia just a bit quicker than Germany in their repechage, with Poland and Canada the direct qualifiers for this A final. Here we look at the Polish four. Canada with Emma Seawright, brother of, or sister of, in the bow seat there. Here we are with crew from Great Britain. They also had to go through the reps, as was the crew from Chile.
Yeah, Newton Seawright should be on shore by now to cheer on his sister.
I think he will. Of course, he must do.
We'll make sure.
So we're green light, a nice clean start, a pretty even start, quick few strokes there from the crew from Poland. Poland moving out strong, I think 45 stroke a minute, but look at the Canadian rhythm there being set by the Emma Seawright there. She's up at 47 strokes a minute, and it's going to be a very closely contested A final this, I reckon, because times were really close together in the heats and the repêchages. So great to see them out racing fast. It's as we ride with, I think that's Chile. High rate of striking still, almost 45 seconds in, and well over 40 all these crews.
Yeah, keeping it high, getting out of the starting blocks, and so look then at the yellow unisuits of Australia. All but the bow seat making their international debut. Sarah Marriott in the stroke seat, just 18 years old. So well done to Team Australia. They didn't have the best first quarter in the heats, but then when they went to the repêchage, they did finish ahead of Germany. So all to play in this A final as we move through the first 500 and await those early times. We see Australia on the right side, and just next to them, Poland in the center. Then it's the red and white of Canada to the left of them, and just coming into shot, Great Britain.
Yeah, gutsy start there from the Polish for nice, real power rowing. They're really putting it all out here in the first 500. They lead quarter length ahead of Great Britain and Chile, and Canada now slipping back actually a bit. It is Australia up there amongst one of the medal positions, not much, but I think Germany already slipping back. That Polish start was quite something.
Yeah, that Polish start was quite something, and they're continuing to build speed as we see that graphic in the bottom right telling us that they're the quickest moving boat on the course. So getting out quick, opening up their margin, and continuing to move. Chile looking to threaten that just a bit, keeping an eye on Great Britain as well, which includes two medalists from last year's Under-23 Championships, including Lauren Carey in the 2-seat, who took a silver in this boat class, and of course hoping to go one better this year. They'll have a bit of work to do, though, to track down that silver and perhaps even the gold to get ahead of Poland.
Yeah, Poland still looking a bit ragged there. We have slightly different conditions than we had the previous days. We have a little bit of a tail breeze, and the water is slightly more bumpy than it was in yesterday's semi-final day. But Poland still lead. I think edging out a bit more lead. I think they're about to 8-9 meters ahead of Chile outside of the view of this picture. But look at the Polish combination go. They won their heat, so this is their second race, so they will be quite fresh still, and they've really taken it by the scruff of the neck as they row underneath the bridge, marking halfway, 1,000 meters already gone. I think Poland's about to break clear water ahead of the rest of the field.
Fantastic shot of this Polish combination, Jankowska in the bow as they come through. And Tim pointing out a push from Chile.
Yeah, I'm impressed by that four from Chile. They are in silver medal position now, and leaving some of the other crews, which were perhaps on paper more favourites for a medal. They're still in second position, even creeping up slightly on that Polish lead. 7 meters separating Poland in the gold medal position. Then it's back to Chile in silver medal position, and then I think Australia just moved into bronze medal position.
Yeah, Australia at the halfway point started to take a push. They were fourth at 500, third at halfway, and they have increased their boat speed and their stroke rate, so they're doing so efficiently. Chile will need to look out because I think the Aussies are going for the silver. The Poles still lead fairly comfortably up at the top, but under pressure, I think, from Chile and Australia.
Yes, here you see the bow of that crew from Chile, still in the silver medal position, and I think we're in that really tough bit of the race. Poland established that early lead, but look at the green and gold from Australia. They are creeping up on it, and I think Chile is also getting their bow ball more close to that Polish bow ball, who are still leading by about 3/4 of a length, but it's not close. It's a very close race here, and just outside of view, I think Great Britain's still not out of this.
Yeah, Chile working hard for it, 40 strokes per minute against the Aussies 38, and a bit of a press from Australia, but not enough to track down the Chileans, who are continuing to hold what could be that silver medal. We're riding though with the Poles. They look fantastic. They've now closed out the first 3/4, pressing into the final stretch to look to capture the gold in the women's 4 in this A final. Chile holding. Australians take another push. Is there time? Great Britain looks to be off the podium.
Yeah, Great Britain slipping back, but that crew from Chile, stroked by Isadora Niemeyer there. Last year she raced as a lightweight athlete, and she's stroking this 4 beautifully. A fantastic, efficient rhythm coming from that Chilean crew, and they are creeping up on the Polish lead. I think a big look there from Phoebe Robinson of Australia, because she looks to her left and she sees that GB4 creeping back into medal contention.
Yeah, that's right. Great Britain taking some kind of a push right now. Is it enough to track down the Aussies? You see the yellow shell of Great Britain pressing in. Chile just closest to the camera, and Poland breaking away even further.
Yeah, Poland stepping it up. Poland, they've been a high-rating crew at 40 strokes a minute, and well and truly into the Red Bull boy area. 200 meters still left to go for these 4 Polish athletes, and boy, are they going for it. It's another big look from Robertson from Australia to see where that GB4 is, but right underneath our commentary position, Chile still in silver medal position.
Oh, Chile takes it up to 43 strokes per minute. They are holding. They will not let the Aussies take it from them. Poland going after the gold, 41 strokes per minute, start to finish. This was their race in the women's 4, on their way to that title. Absolutely incredible effort from Chile to close the gap at the end. Will it be Chile? It will for the silver. What a push. And then Australia for the bronze. Chile, what an effort at the end there to close the margin on Poland, but it will be Poland with the gold and the women's 4.
Yes, it is confirmed. Poland get the gold medal here, but just 0.4 of a second separating them from Chile, and hands in the air from Phoebe Robinson in the bow of that Aussie 4. They take the bronze medal, but what a fantastic race from the Polish 4.
So impressed with that Chilean push at the end too.
Yeah,
not only did they hold, they gained in speed at the end.
Yeah, from one of the outside lanes too. I mean, they really had the race of their lives, I think, to track Poland all the way down. And in the end, I think it was just about 1/3 of a length.
Yeah, really good stuff.
I think they have surprised themselves too. I mean, the faces, disbelief there for a second, but they know they have been in one of the A finals. I think this will be a core memory for them, racing here in Plovdiv, taking a silver medal for Chile.
Yeah, well done. And Antonio Picot in the 2-seat for Chile, just 18 years old. It's a good way to have your first U23 championship.
As we quickly move to the medal ceremony of the under-23 men's double sculls.
With Sydney Gaba of Germany and Timo Stürke in the stroke seat. The medals presented by World Rowing President Jean-Christophe Rolland. And Poland with the silver medals, represented by Jakub Wozniak. The smile there from Konrad Domanski. Kazimira Chalkova is presenting the medals on behalf of the Bulgarian organizing committee with Jean-Christophe. And Ireland. Well done, Team Ireland, to capture the gold medal in the men's double sculls. World champions, under-23 world champs. That's Kiernan Putsaya, and that's Brian Cole. That's a special race.
Yeah, and the Irish double, I mean, so dominant. Clear water lead, I think more than 3 seconds on the line. I mean, you're really, really world champion as we hear the Irish national anthem. Big round of applause for all the medalists from the grandstand as we move to the next A final on the menu. We have the A final of the under 23 men's 4, Coxless 4. We have Italy in lane 1, Germany lane 2, Great Britain in lane 3, Australia in lane number 4. Right beside them we have Romania in lane number 5 and France racing from lane number 6 as we see the new combination of from Italy racing from lane number 1. Here we have the Germans with 2 junior bronze medalists on board. One of the center lanes, Great Britain here. They were quick in the semi-final. They won their semi-final, and right beside them we have their main rivals, I think, from Australia, also winners of their semi-final. Romania right beside them with 2 bronze medalists in the center of that boat. And then we have the French 4. So quick start all across the lanes. And it's Italy moved off a couple of meters in those first couple of strokes as we ride with the high rating Romanian crew, and I expect them to be right up there for a medal, because in yesterday's semi-final they were about the same, they were about quick as Australia, but Australia moved out in the last quarter to win it, as we look at the fabulously rowing French pair 4. And here are is the crew from Australia, the green and gold there. Good start from them, I think.
Yeah, good start indeed. Right up at the top of the pack, just about a meter or so separating them from our leader. And toe-to-toe, the leader at the moment is Germany. Really close, though. Vincent Kuhn in the stroke seat for Germany. Tom Thues in the 3 seat. Scholzen 2. Holthus in the bow. And big effort in the early goings, earning them not quite a lead.
No, yeah, they were up at 2:50 gone, but as we approach the 500-meter timing mark, we see Great Britain getting their bow balls right beside the German bow ball, and the white boats of Australia now also moving to the front of the field. We're just about to cross the first timing mark. It's just going to be Australia, I think, edging out Great Britain for a second, and a good start from France too. They are in third at 500, followed by Germany, Romania and Italy.
Great Britain, the defending under-23 world champions in this boat class. And Tim, as you mentioned, this is a story we've seen before, the tale of an Australia straight four and a Great Britain straight four. Rivalries certainly making one another faster, and I've been looking forward to this final for that reason.
Yes, and it's difficult to judge who's gonna take the honors. I think the Australians looked in control all the way down the line in their semi-final, whereas Great Britain had to do just that little bit more. And but the rhythm being set by Ewan Hatfield in the stroke seat of that GB4. It's such a nice, smooth, long rhythm, really efficient rhythm too, and it's bow ball for bow ball at 800 meters gone. Australia led by the narrowest of margins, but it's basically level, nothing to choose between these two crews. As we ride alongside of them, we can just about see Great Britain edging out a little bit of a lead.
Australia on paper in the prior round with the quicker time by about 3 seconds, but of course they now go toe-to-toe, and it is Great Britain by about a half a deck now, half a canvas, and continuing to push themselves out a little bit further. They must be in some kind of a move, their speed just barely increasing by the narrowest of margins as Australia takes it up to 39 in response.
Yeah, they have to push and try and get back level with the crew from Great Britain, because I think that crew will be walking away here in this third quarter. Australia having the work to do, and they need to be quick about this because GB are almost a half a length up on Australia.
Great Britain opening their margin, continuing to push away now in the third quarter. A little bit patient in the early goings from Great Britain, but now really making their mark. That was the French crew for a moment. And yeah, I think back then to our leaders, Great Britain. Princeton rower Theodore Bell in the 2-seat, Ewan Hadfield in the stroke seat, Cal rower, so rowing in the States during the year, and yeah, putting on quite a show here in the third quarter.
Yeah, putting on a show indeed. They move out, it's almost clear water between Great Britain and Australia. Australia slipping back into silver medal position. I think the crew from Great Britain now even clear water ahead, and look at the French crew in bronze medal position. They look really smooth. Technical perfection there from the French crew, but look at GB now. They're walking away every single stroke.
The Great Britain continuing to open up the margin. This was the point in the race where clearly they decided they wanted to go. They increased the stroke rate just about a beat, but most importantly increased their speed. First across through into the final quarter. It is Great Britain now with a considerable margin over Australia. Australia still in contention, of course, for the silver, but under threat from France.
Wow, what a fantastic push by the crew from Great Britain. It's now clear water, almost half a length of clear water separating them from their rivals from Australia. France putting on some pressure to the Australian crew for that silver medal, and Romania have a very quick boat, high boat speed, as Australia tries to respond to the charge from Great Britain, but it's 20 meters already separating them.
The Aussies now moving a little bit quicker. They're up to 40 strokes per minute, but Great Britain just flying. No one able to track them down at this point. France, will they get onto the podium? It's looking, well, I don't know. They've got still a bit of work to do, and Romania looking to keep themselves in it as well. Romania 49 strokes per minute.
49 strokes a minute from Romania, 50 even, but the race out in front. I don't think Romania might, well, they're going to get really close, Romania, to the French crew. They may even take the bronze medal, but the honors will be for Great Britain, because that crew is leading still by a length over Australia's silver medal position. They had their best race here, that GB4, in this A final. It's clear water ahead of Australia, who will take silver, and I think France are just going to edge Romania for that bronze medal, but it's too close to call. We'll wait for confirmation on that final result for that bronze medal, but Great Britain take the gold, Australia will take the silver, and we'll have to look and perhaps look even at the finish photo, because that was a very close final few meters between Romania and France. France get it in the end. It's France with a bronze medal here.
Well done, Great Britain. And yeah, hand in the air from Ewan Hadfield. Australia just collecting themselves.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I think it's just, yeah, I think the French just realized they got a bronze.
Yeah, they're delighted, as they should be. Fitz in the stroke seat, and a quick look at the results. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, close. Less than 2/10 of a second separating France and Romania. Germany in fifth, and the crew from Italy in 6th in the end.
So we change gears then to the victory ceremony for the women's 4. Australia with the bronze medals, absolutely delighted. Phoebe Robinson. Rebecca Pretorius in the 2 seats. Sarah De Ure in the 3, and the young Sarah Marriott, the 18-year-old, last to get her medal in the stroke seat.
And then this amazing silver medal for Chile.
Yeah, job well done, Chile. Antonio Leonor Liewald-Heise in the bow. And big smile, Antonio Pichat, Magdalena Jesus Nanning Rojas gets her medal. And Isadora Niemeyer.
Yeah, great to see here on the podium, as racing as a former lightweight now in the open weight events, and taking home a medal together with 3 other athletes in a very quick and quality A final.
Yes.
Here we see the Polish world champions.
Yeah, well done to Poland. Tina Jankowska in the bow. So we'll get to hear the Polish anthem in a moment.
I think for the first time this
for the
weekend.
First time, yes. Weronika Ludwicza, Proczuska in 3, and Barbara Jaczowiak in stroke. And we'll hear the Polish anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Poland. Damy i gospoda, nacjonalny hymn na Polsce.
The starting order for the women's double sculls, the lightweight women's double sculls, with France out of lane 1, Bertrand and Schulta. Italy in lane 2, Lena Sali, Sara Borghi, Gabaratti Rowing Club.
Yeah, defending the title won by Elena Sali and Greta Paravicini last year.
Lena Kontu and Evangelina Anastasiadou. For Greece, over to Poland, Victoria Kalon-Wałska, Jessica Sobocinska. And lane 5, Germany, Ingela Rothbart and Kirsten Burkett-Schultz. And representing the People's Republic of China in the bow seat, Xing Xingru and Wang Jiajia in the stroke seat. Ooh, China adjusting their blade at the last moment.
At
Did
the
that make
very
you
last.
nervous?
It does, yes. But they're well and truly underway. So a good start there from the Chinese lightweight women's double here as we ride with one of the center lanes. It's Poland. So we look to Jessica Sobocinka, who is stroking that crew. And here we have Germany, quick crew 2, Kristin Burkert-Schulz in the stroke seat of that crew. And they've really shot out of the blocks very quickly. Going with them, though, it is Greece with Evangelina Anastasiadou, the gold medal winner in the lightweight single in Varese last year. She's joined up with Dimitria Contu to form this lightweight double, and they were really rapid in yesterday's semi-final, quickest to qualify here to this A final. So we'll have our eye out on the Greek combination, but the race out in front, it's Greece leading, as you can tell by this picture, and look at the damage Anastasiadou and Contu have already done to the rest of the field. Clear water advantage. We're barely a minute into racing.
Yeah, barely a minute. It was like under 60 seconds where they flew into this open water advantage. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, second is, I think, Poland. So the combination of Kalinowska and Sobocinka, they're in a silver medal position, but look at that Greek combination, at high rate of striking, as we've seen them do earlier this week. 37 strokes a minute, lots of power, and with almost 1 minute 40 gone already at the 500 meter mark, and that's a really quick start. And I think that's opening up even under world record pace now.
You mentioned yesterday, Tim, the sort of magic that one can find when they find the right doubles or pair partner. It's a big moment if that combination works.
Yeah, and if you come together and that gels and you find the speed so easily, and it's a rare thing to happen, but if you get it, it's pure magic. And I think we're watching pure magic from that Greek combination. Out in front, over a length, it's clear water, back to Poland in silver, and behind them I think it is Germany in bronze medal position. They are out of shot here because that Greek double is way out in front of the rest of the field.
Yeah, we knew this Greek combination would be fast. I think on paper in the last round, the semi-final, different semi-finals, but Poland was just maybe a second or so off of Greece's time. Of course, once you're lined up next to one another, anything can change. But I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest, not to see Poland a bit closer contact.
Yeah, a bit surprised indeed, but the Polish double and the Greek double were more or less the same, had the same time at the end of the semi-final yesterday, but they raced different semi-finals, so Greece was almost 10 seconds up on Germany yesterday, and they are showing their class. We're already at halfway, and they are flying down the course. A great turn of speed by all these athletes, but the Greek crew, I think they've opened up a bit more in this second quarter as we come past 1,000. It's still clear water, but Poland now stepping it up.
Anastasiadou in the stroke seat for Greece with the gold in last year's lightweight single at the Under-23 World Championships, on her way to get back onto the podium with Contu. Just such symmetry, good send coming out of that shell, and holding a steady 35, among the quickest moving boats on the course, but I think the others having to work a little bit harder for it.
Yes, and it's Poland now having a good, I think, third quarter. They looked to me as they were closing up on the Greek double a bit, but just a couple of meters or so, with Italy now in bronze medal position, overhauling Germany for that last medal. And so we just had a quick look at Sara Borgi from Italy as she looked to her left to see where that German combination is, but already past 12:50, Greece lead by 30 meters over Poland in silver medal position, and Italy moved securely, I think, now in bronze medal position.
Yeah, Italy, what a job to get themselves potentially onto the podium, fourth at the 500, moving into that third spot for what could be a bronze at about halfway, and continuing to hold a little bit lower than maybe what we're used to seeing Italy at this part of the race. So they've somewhere to go at about 35 strokes per minute, but no one's tracking down the Greeks.
Yeah, you see how much power there is in that Greek combination. It's power combined with grace and style. I mean, they're so beautifully together, and they they move their shells so efficiently as they already approach the final timing mark before the finish. So 500 meters still left to go for Greece. Then it's clear water. It's still clear water back to Poland. It's a big ask to see them move back into gold medal position, I think. And Italy now clear water in front of Germany for that bronze medal.
Yeah, Germany, I think, just off the podium. Their job will be to continue to keep themselves ahead of France and of the People's Republic of China, who's a bit off the pace, further behind France on the outside lane. Greece just captivated by how much speed and momentum they've been able to build and to carry themselves now into the final quarter of this race. Italy keeping it on to ensure that they get onto the podium. You see them just out of the shot, and the Poles with a very comfortable advantage. So for an A final, this might be the most distance that we've seen between our three medal winners.
Yeah, the field is completely spread out. Perhaps even 100 meters back from Greece, we find the final finalists. I think that's the People's Republic of China. But that's all credit for the crew from Greece, Anastasiadou and Contu. They've taken that open water margin in the first 500, and they are so consistent in their rowing. It looks like a machine, I'd say, here in the final couple hundred meters. I don't think Poland are going to close the gap. Poland are trying, though. They're up at 39 strokes a minute. Greece maintained 37 strokes a minute in the couple of strokes left to go. So impressive stuff. Hats off to you, Greece, and I'm very curious to see what time they are going to put down, because this is a really quick race. Just the last stroke now for Greece. They come across the line right about now. Greece take the gold medal, then it's Poland for the silver, and then it's clear water back to Italy. Great race from them to take that bronze medal out of the hands of Germany and France, who are following Italy home. And then it's the People's Republic of China. And just look at the time there, Colleen.
World champs best time. Well done.
And they shaved off almost 4 seconds, I think. Yeah, they more than 4 seconds even. So,
do you know, I was most impressed, I think, in terms of their rowing style, of how quickly they got out of the bow, meaning dynamic back to the finish, and then as one back up to the catch. Just really efficient.
Yes, so efficient and so consistent too, because there was no different in their technique from the first stroke to the last. It was just flawless execution, as we see Elena Sali and Sara Borci from Italy happy, I think, with their bronze medal. And here we see the results. Oh, yes, and we go now to the victory ceremony of the under-23 men's 4. And the medals will be presented by Jean-Christophe Rolland, World Rowing President, and the flowers will be handed out to the athletes by Daniel Rustov, the OC Secretary General. First up, France, the bronze medal winners here. We have Florian Ludwig in the bow seat, Alistair Gico in the 2 seat, and in the 3 seat, anchoring that crew, Nikola Kolaric and Armand Fister in the stroke seat. We saw him when he crossed the line, and boy, is he happy with that bronze medal. I think they weren't expecting this. I think from where they were racing in the outside lanes, with the Romanian charge bearing down on them. So well done, France. And silver medal will go to Australia. This Melbourne-based crew. Australia represented by Nicholas Smith in the bow seat. Austin Reiner in the 2 seat. Fraser Miss Campbell in the 3 seat, and the stroke of that crew, Nicholas Pender.
Winners of the gold medal and the
and the 2023 under 23 world champions. Here they are, Great Britain.
What a fantastic second half of the race.
Yeah, so impressive. Such a well-executed race plan, and well done. And yeah, the bow seat there, James Forward receives his gold medal. Theodore Bell in the 2 seats. Jake Wickham in the 3 seats, and Ewan Hatfield there, who stroked that crew to perfection. I mean, he set such a good, long, steady rhythm for the rest of his crew to follow. So we'll hear the national anthem of Great Britain.
Just a few GB fans in the grandstand.
Yes. In the descent, I wonder if they sing God Save the King, because they had to make that change pretty recently. I was singing along in my head. I thought, God Save the Queen, no King now. But we're already underway. We'll give you a quick lane order for the under-23 men's quadruple sculls there. We have Italy in lane 1, France in lane 2, Germany lane 3, Australia lane 4, the Netherlands in 5, and Great Britain in lane 6, as we ride with the Italian crew there. Andrea Patagli there in the stroke seat, and here we have the Dutch. They had a quick final 500 meters which saw them move into this A final with Wietse Moreau stroking that crew up at 43 strokes a minute. And where are they now? It's that Australian crew that was winner of the rep yesterday. Are they leading, or is it the German crew right beside them, Colleen?
It's ever so close, isn't it? So at the moment, I'd say advantage to the Aussies, stroked by Alexander Rossi for Australia. Still up at 42 strokes per minute. Just nipping at their heels, though, it is the Dutch. And in fact, the Dutch able to get their bow maybe just ahead of Australia for the first time, with Germany and Great Britain just behind them. And of course, not to be left out, France up at the top as well.
Yeah, France right in the mix, and Dutch and the Australians are out in front. I think the Dutch are just going to edge out by half a canvas in that first position at 500, with Australia second. France looking good. And Germany, I wouldn't have expected them to be in fourth position, almost 1.5 seconds down.
Yeah, Germany winners of the second semi-final yesterday. Maybe a little bit more of a patient strategy, or perhaps not the best first 500 for them. Time will tell. We've still got more race to go, of course. Still just under 1,500 meters left, but the ever important second quarter as they approach halfway continues to be well up at the top. The Dutch, I think, indeed, they have gotten themselves about a half-leg advantage or so over the Aussies and continuing to move.
Yeah, it's always a quick race, this men's quad, and I think this field opened under world best time pace at the 500, so we'll see if they can break another World Championships best come the finish. But the Dutch leading still. They opened up half a length lead over Australia. Behind them, I think Germany has made up some ground, currently still in fourth position, right behind France in third, with Australia still in silver medal position. But the Dutch really surprised me to see them out front leading this race.
Yeah, the Dutch just building speed and continuing to build into the second quarter, just shy of halfway. Looked like the Aussies took some kind of a push, maybe about 10-15 strokes ago, increased their speed, but have started to lose track of the Dutchmen just a bit more. And yeah, it's all the Netherlands halfway.
Yes, already at halfway, the Netherlands still out in the lead. Wietse Moreau in that stroke seat. We see him here gritting his teeth already, but he's getting fantastic speed at the halfway mark. I think that crew's even walking away further from the rest of the pack. Germany now, I think, repairing their pace a bit. They've come through in silver medal position. Australia currently in bronze. France slipping back into that in fourth place, but the yellow bow of Germany now really pushing on.
Yeah, late charge from Germany. They were fourth at the halfway mark, and clearly this is the moment where they know they need to go mid-third quarter, and in fact they're threatening the Dutch up at the top of the field, but it continues to be the Netherlands just holding on to it.
Yeah, the Netherlands are struggling a little bit here in the third quarter. It's still a good lead to have, 4 meters advantage to the Netherlands. Germany now really separating themselves from the rest of the packs, with Australia, France and Italy fighting it out for the bronze medal.
Ooh, Germany, look out for Germany. The Netherlands under threat, just 2 meters now separating them, and the Germans continuing to move. The Netherlands 37 to the Germans 38, and this Dutch quad will have to respond now.
Yeah, the Dutch crew now eyes down the boat and just go for it, because 500 meters still left to go, and that German crew with Alexander Finger there in the bow seat moving through, taking that first spot out of the hands of the Netherlands, with Italy now moving through in bronze medal position, Australia slipping back.
And I think we're even catching some of the shouting from shore. You see the bicycles following intently, just captivated by this race. It's the final 500 and the Germans lead 39.
Yeah, 39 strokes a minute for Germany, and easily the highest boat speed. The Dutch really struggling now in the silver medal position. High boat speed too from Great Britain in that pack, but Germany now walking away for that gold medal in the final 250 of this race.
Oh, a little look from the Aussies. They want to make sure that they get themselves onto the podium, but Germany flying, the Dutch just behind them. Great Britain on the move too, but the Aussies holding them. Flying now with our leaders, Germany.
Yeah, Germany looking fantastic out in front. They have such nice cohesion, that crew, well into the final 250, and it is Germany now. The Dutch really struggling now. They have to be careful not to be overhauled by that crew from Austria. Great Britain closing in too, but I don't think they're close enough. It's going to be Germany, I think, for the gold, but the silver is still undecided. The Dutch cling on for now.
Oh, wow. Germany just flying 40 strokes per minute to capture the gold. The race for silver just behind them. It's looking good for the Dutch. Will they hold off the Aussies? The Aussies charging ever so close to the line. I think it's the Dutch. We'll get confirmation on that over Australia, then back to Great Britain. France on the far side.
Wow. What a race by Germany to be down 1.5 seconds at 500 and then row through the entire field. Taking the win here. World champions will be Germany. The Netherlands take silver from over Australia, who take the bronze. I think the Aussies just lost that silver medal there on the surge right across the line, but no doubt for that gold medal, Germany take the honors.
Wow. What a great second half from Germany. We knew they had speed, and when they decided to go, they went all as one, and it worked, paid off.
And look at how pleased the Dutch are. I mean, fantastic gutsy race to go out so quickly, and just and they managed to cling on in the end. Australia, I think, will be disappointed slightly with that bronze medal, but good to see them on the podium anyway. And Great Britain then in fourth. Italy take fifth overall, and France complete the field in sixth. So with the men's squads catching their breath, we'll go quickly then to the VC of the lightweight women's double sculls.
And Elena Sally taking the bronze medal. Sara Borghi.
Winners of the silver medal.
And Poland with the silver medal. Pleased with that. Victoria Kalinowska. And Jessica Sobocinska for Poland. Well done. this combination, just pure magic. What a delight to watch them go down the track. And it's Greece with the gold, of course.
I think we saw something really special today. And beating that World Championships best time by over 4 seconds is proof of their class, I think.
Angelia Anastasiadou just getting her medal now, and boatmate Dimitra Elena Contu just before her. And we'll hear the national anthem of Greece. Fantastic. Well done to all three crews. With Greece, no one was going to track them down. And the world champions in the lightweight women's double sculls under 23.
Yeah, as the photographers come to the podium, always great to see those scenes where all the athletes on the photo together and proudly representing their nation. You saw the flags from the coaches that were handed over.
Yeah, and sometimes world rowing photographers, they want the shot, so they have the flag queued up. Ben Tufnell, we're talking to you.
That's true.
Yeah. And we then move straight ahead to the lightweight men's double sculls.
So yes, lightweight men's double sculls. Next up, we have the Spanish double in lane number 1. France will be racing from lane number 2. Germany, lane 3, right beside them, their biggest adversaries, I think, from Ireland in lane number 4. We have the Netherlands in lane 5, and closest to our camera position in a couple of moments, I think, because the Italians haven't arrived at the start just yet, as we see the crews coming into the starting area. We wait for the Italian double to come to the start, but the first 5 crews already here, as we see the Italians now moving into the starting pontoon area, and that start is just a minute and a half away, as we see the Spanish double of Diaz Ramos and Jorge Knabe. Right beside them, France, Cornelis Palsma and Antoine Lefebvre. Germany, they impressed in yesterday's semi-final, I'd say, with Finn Walter in the stroke seat, Nikita Moore in the bows, Rory O'Neill and Kieran Purdy from Ireland. No doubt have seen or have heard that the heavyweight men's double was world champion just half an hour ago. We quickly saw the Dutch combination of David van Velde and Hidde Liklama, 2 athletes from Princeton University, racing the lightweight men's double, and we have Nicolo Demiliani in the bow seat for Italy, and Luca Borgonovo from Italy, also from Gavirate. We saw his brother racing the lightweight men's single, becoming world champion earlier today, and Italy, the Borgonovo family well represented here at the World Championships.
And happy to see them get up to the line. Less than 2 minutes to go, I think, is a warning. And by our clocks, there were 90 seconds, but Italy, you're up there, you're locked in, and we're so happy as this race gets underway in just a moment. So a little bit of a tailwind, as we've mentioned. You may see these crews just ever so slightly adjusting their points up here at the start line.
Yeah, looking at these images, Colleen, I think there's that the tailwind we have here at the finish is slightly a slight crosswind at the start. We see all these crews trying to get their bow ball aiming straight for the finish. Ooh, little wobble there from the Netherlands as David van Velde was trying to get his boat straight and true, but well on the way, all these crews as we ride with Ireland for the first couple of meters. And so we see Hiddelik Leijma from the Netherlands taking a quick glance to his right to the crew from Ireland right beside them. And we see Germany too. Germany gone out strong, 34 strokes a minute, and one of the favorites, I think, for the gold medal, but they'll be fighting all the way down to the finish because this Irish double is very quick.
The Irish double is very quick, and I think we can expect more speed from them to come on the far side, on the outside lane from Spain. Good start for them. They lead. They were up 46-47. Jorge Nab in the bow, Antonio Diaz Ramos in the stroke seat, jockeying for an early lead, but they'll need to hold because the rest of the crews behind them just absolutely charging, including, of course, the Dutch, who had a good start too. I think they were first off the block.
Yeah, great start from the Dutch double there, and but an even better start by the Spanish double. They were fifth last year in Varese, and I think they'll try and get on the podium today. Racing though from one of the outside lanes, not odds-on favorite to get a medal, but they've certainly left nothing at the start as they are approaching 500 meters gone. The Dutch really impressed me. Good start from them. I think they're right up there with Spain for the first position. And yeah, well, there's nothing to choose actually at 500. France and Germany moving with the Dutch as they come across the first 500.
Yeah, ever so tight through that first quarter, and we saw Ireland just hanging back. Maybe a little bit surprising to see them here at the 500 down, but we know that the Irish in general have an excellent sprint and oftentimes a strong third quarter, so we'll keep a close eye, but they'll need to stay in touch, Tim, because the field is flying out.
Yes, they are really shifting, and there's nothing you could throw a blanket across the lanes 1, 2 and 3 with Spain, France and Germany more or less level right now. The Dutch slipping back slightly, I think, but it's I think now that German bow ball out in front.
Oh, the Germans being challenged by France. France was leading for just a moment. Germany didn't quite like that. Little bit of a response. We see the bow two of France poking out. Antoine Lefroy in the bow seat. He says his favorite quote is, "Luck does not exist." He's not relying on luck today, just all power and execution.
Yeah, I think you have to make your own luck by being really disciplined and executing every single stroke perfectly, as we see the French blades slicing through the water, and they are really putting the pressure on Germany's Nikita Moore and Finn Walter. That German double, they dominated the semi-final yesterday. They're not able to do that just now because yesterday at this stage of the race they were already a full length up on the rest of the field. Netherlands still not out of this. We're at halfway. Germany lead over France, over Spain. I think the Netherlands in 4, Italy and Ireland in 5th and 6th.
Yeah, big push for Germany through halfway. They take it up to now 40 strokes per minute, third at the 500, and now leading this field. France staying close behind them, and credit to Spain. They had that quick start, but they've been able to hang up at the top of the pack.
Yeah, there's barely a boat length separating 1, 2, 3 and 4. I think the Dutch a full length behind the Germans, but Spain doing well to remain in contact, I think, with France. Just a quarter of a canvas between France and Spain at this stage, basically level, but Germany now moving out, nice loose rhythm being set by Finn Walter, and they have about 3/4 of a length over Spain, now moving back into that silver medal position.
Yeah, incredible, the battle for silver. You see these two crews just absolutely level, France and Spain, and the bow of the Netherlands, that bow number 5, a little bit deceiving with the camera angle. They do have some work cut out for them if they want to get onto the podium, but they are keeping in touch, I think, with the top of the race. As we move through well into the third quarter, looking for the last bit, and well, time's running out if they're going to do it.
Yeah, time is running out because we have just over 500 meters to go as we come into view of the fixed camera position at 1500. We concentrate on the German double leading, I think extending their lead a bit over France, but the Spanish have had a fabulous third quarter. They're just 3/4 of a length behind Germany in silver medal position. Then it's France for the bronze and Italy moving back into this too. But the Netherlands struggling a bit at this stage, and the Netherlands will have to keep an eye out for that Irish double because the Irish double is coming back into this race.
Yeah, the Irish double takes it up to 40 strokes per minute. Well spotted, on the move and looking to get themselves onto the podium. They'll need to overhaul France and Spain will not break. Jorge Nab and Antonio Diaz Ramos out quickly and able, at least until this moment, to hold.
Yeah, so far so good for the Spanish. Germany is still leading, but the Irish boat is by far the quickest crew of all these finalists. Ireland now moving into bronze medal position, overhauling France, putting the pressure on Spain with 250 meters left to go. There might be a medal in this for Ireland.
Absolutely incredible push. Ireland 41 strokes per minute, closing. Will they get themselves ahead now of France just barely, and they're looking to track down Spain. Riding now though with our leaders Germany, making sure that absolutely no one can touch them as they come into the closing stages. It is Germany 39 strokes per minute continuing to lead.
Yeah, Germany looking, a crab from the Irish double. Oh, it's heartbreak for the Irish. A boat stopping crab in the final 50 meters of this race. They drop out of a medal position. Germany will take the gold, I think, they cross the line right about now. Germany take the gold medal. Spain gets a fantastic silver. France will get the bronze, and heartbreak for the Irish. 4th overall. 5th will be the Dutch combination of Liedtke and Van Velde. And the Italians, they made a big push in the final part of this race, but they are 6th overall. And look at the sheer elation and joy on that Finn Volter and Nikita Moore's faces. Absolutely chuffed to bits.
Yeah, well done, Germany.
Well done.
And a fantastic race as well from Spain. We just see pure delight. Antonio Diaz Ramos and Jorge Nab, big hug. And France to take the bronze. Oh, heartbreak for the Irish. It is worth noting. It's just the sweat, I think, with the heat can be difficult.
So difficult.
To keep your hand on the blade with the times coming in.
Yeah, just a quick overview of the men's double sculls as we go into the medal ceremony of the men's quadruple sculls. And we have the winners of the bronze medal. Australia taking that bronze medal. Australia is represented by Nicholas Blackman in the bow seat. And Harrison Fox in the 2 seat. Johnson Daubney in the 3 seat, and the stroke of that crew, Alexander Rossi. The medals are presented to the athletes by Jean-Christophe Roland, World Rowing President, and Georgi Titiouf, the Deputy Mayor of Sports, Youth Activities and Social Policy of Plovdiv. Here we see the Netherlands. You'll be wondering why there is only 3 of these athletes. That's because Wietse Moreau, the stroke of that Dutch quad, is subbing in the men's 8 later today. He'll be racing at 12:30. So the medals are presented to Lucas Keizer, Jelle Bakker and Erik Talens, who the 3 seed there, the tallest of them all. As we move to the new world champions. Germany, big cheer here from the grandstand for Alexander Finger, who is racing in the bow seat of that German quad. Ola Hanak, Felix Heinrich there. strong athlete here in the 3 seeds, and Maximilian Fauch, who set that fabulous rhythm, that very effective rhythm for the German quad, which saw them producing a stunning second half of the race, which saw them row through all the other crews to take this gold medal. Big round of applause. Lots of German fans on the grandstand, Colleen. There's plenty of German flags there as they applaud all the medalists as we go to one of my favorite events, I think. It's the women's 8, the final of the big boats. We have Canada in lane 1, Germany lane 2, USA in lane 3, Great Britain lane 4, the Netherlands in lane 5, and Italy closest to the camera as that race is already well and truly underway. Colleen, could you give us an update on how things are developing out on the course?
Yeah, so we'll take a quick look. We're early on in the first quarter. It's Germany currently leading the pack with a really close Great Britain just behind as we start to get a look. We see the bow number 2 of Germany poking out, Great Britain bow 4, then over the USA right in the mix as well with the Dutch, the Netherlands, Canada on the outside lane, and then it's back to Italy. Currently riding with this Dutch combination, and just out of the picture, yeah, Germany leads. The USA may be making a bit of a push, coxed by Victoria Greider and Olivia Vavasauer from Brown University, Saratoga Rowing Club in upstate New York in the bow, just starting, I think, to threaten that German lead.
Yeah, Germany quick in the first 500, but now we see the defending champions, defending nation, the USA, moving on that German bow ball. A big push from the Americans, 39 strokes a minute. Really high rating stuff from the USA, and I think they're about to get the lead in this race, just past 500 meters gone, so plenty of racing still left to go. But the USA, with one returning member of the gold medal winning crew from last year, Hannah Heidefeld, in that crew, and she's used all that experience, I think, to hype her crew and trying to get them to lead at 7:50 gone. And there is the American bow breaking through. Germany in second position, and GB almost 3/4 of a length behind at this stage.
Just approaching then halfway, and the USA taking some kind of a push as they approach the bridge. We'll get that beautiful overhead shot, I'm sure, in just a moment. But they are the quickest moving boat on the course, and you can have a look at speed, stroke rate at that graphic in the bottom right. The US at 39, Germany at 38, but the US continuing to open the margin with Great Britain looking to get themselves onto the podium for third.
Yeah, look at the damage the American 8 is doing to the rest of the field. They've opened up almost a half a length lead at 1,000, easily the quickest moving boat on the course. Germany struggling to keep pace. GB already clear water behind the leading American 8 in bronze medal position. Canada going with them, and the Dutch and the Italians struggling with this high pace.
USA, just before that halfway point, decided to make their push out, building momentum and continuing to go. That great overhead shot of Megan Lee in the stroke seat, Hannah Heideveld in the 7th seat, and about, well, over 3/4 length, just about 1 length advantage. That's pushing Germany further and further back. And I think, well, as we look toward the bronze medal, I don't think the Dutch are out of it, and certainly not the Canadians. The Canadians just ahead of Great Britain now.
Yeah, the Dutch have a good sprint finish, but they need to be careful not to give too much ground to the crew from Great Britain and Canada. They have to remain in contact with them if they are to overhaul the Maple Leafs of Canada for that bronze medal. But Germany now slipping back to almost a full length down on America, and the American crew looks so impressive out in front.
Yeah, they do, and they've just broken into open water. I think Germany making sure that they keep in contact. Germany with 4 bronze medalists on board from this very event last year, but the USA making their mark in the 3rd quarter, now into the 4th quarter, just not quite yet, but closing into those final stages. Canada still in contention to get themselves onto the podium. Great Britain will have to go now if they want to edge them out.
So in this middle kilometer of this race, I don't think I have seen the speeds of the American crew being one of the slower one. The American crew is producing a fabulous middle 1,000, which sees them breaking clear water over Germany. Canada now still in silver medal position. The crew from Great Britain right beside them. I think the Dutch have too much to do to get on the podium. Italy, I think, I'm afraid, also out of this, but the American crew dominating this race from 500 gone all the way down to the line. I think Germany now struggling. They see the Canadian 8 moving back on them.
Yeah, they do, don't they? The Canadian 8 starting to make a push just behind, but up at the top of the field, well, the grandstand just going wild with the USA chant. Open water advantage for the USA. Germany definitely trying to push to hold on to that silver. The Canadians just behind them. We see a beautiful shot then of our 3 clear leaders, but the USA with an open water advantage now well into the final 250.
Yeah, the Americans are about to empty the tank. They are up at 41 strokes a minute, not content with winning just a gold medal. They want to win by clear water, and so far so good on them. They are moving out even further. It's Germany now struggling a bit. Look at the race for silver, for the bronze though, because right behind Germany it's very close between Canada and Great Britain.
Absolutely level with Great Britain and Canada for the bronze. The USA, the women's 8 under 23 world champions, the grandstand going absolutely wild for them. Open water lead to cross the line first and take the gold. It is the USA in the women's 8. A great push then from Germany to capture the silver, and the battle for the bronze ever so close between Canada and Great Britain. Oh, we will wait for the times.
I reckon Canada, but I'm not sure. It was, well, the winner was also clear. The USA take this. They successfully defend the title won last year by almost completely different crew. So many of these athletes racing the 8 for the first time. And we have new world champions from the USA. Germany chuffed with the silver. They 4 seconds behind the USA, but really happy. They improve on their bronze medal performance from last year, bringing in new athletes and making that combination work. I think Canada just realized, I think they have the bronze medal. Yes, they do.
Just grabbing the bronze medal. Great push from Great Britain, but not enough to overhaul the Canadians, with the USA by just about, over 4 seconds or so there in the under 23 women's 8, the new world champions. And all of the officials making sure safety first, of course, hot conditions, and a replay of the start.
Nice, patient start by the American 8. They allowed Germany just a canvas at 500, and then they really motored along, and they never looked back.
No, they didn't.
And didn't even wind it down at the finish. They absolutely went all the way down to 2,000 meters. So credit to them to empty the tank completely. Here we see the German 8. Fantastic silver medal for them. And on the top of their shot, we see the bronze medalists at this stage of the race. They weren't sure they were going to get that bronze medal. but Canada edging out GB for the bronze. As we go to the victory ceremony of the lightweight men's double sculls. So France, they take the bronze medal. Antoine Lefebvre in the bow seat of that French double, and Cornelis Palsma, he rode the stroke seat of that double. And a surprise, to me at least, a surprising silver medal for Spain.
Yeah, well done, Spain.
Well done, Spain. Jorge Knabe and Antonio Diaz Ramos to take a surprise silver medal. They really went out strong. I think that second quarter was so impressive. They managed to remain in contact with the leading crews and saw their efforts rewarded with a silver medal. And now the new under-23 lightweight men's double world champions. Here they are, Germany. So on the left-hand side you see Nikita Moore. He was in the bow seat of that German double, and Finn Volta, he was stroking that crew from the Ruder Club Witten. And we're going to hear the German anthem, second time today. Big round of applause for all the medalists. As we head back to the start for the A final of, I think, well, for me at least, Colleen, one of the most anticipated boat classes. We have the men's single.
Ever so close yesterday.
Yes, about to start. We have Paul Berghoff from Germany racing in lane 1 on the far side of the course. We have Piotr Plominski. Here he is, Paul Berghoff. Here we have Poland's Piotr Plominski there. And in the center lane, lane 3, we have the home favorite, Emil Nykov. Andrew Sheehan from Ireland in lane number 4. André Pinto from Portugal in lane 5. And Bojan Royforth from Switzerland in lane 6 as we ride with the home favorite, Colleen, Emil Nykov. Lots of big weights on his shoulders to perform today to get a medal here on home water. Yeah,
big race on his shoulders and loads of support from the grandstand. You mentioned that this was a race you were looking forward to. I think that's true for everyone who had the chance to witness the semi-finals. Ooh, a little bit of a course correction needed, I think, for Emil Nykov. There it is. Well done. Back on track, but it was ever so close, and the Bulgarian pulled out such an incredible sprint.
Yeah, yesterday's semi-final was one of the closest races I ever saw. I mean, there was 21 100ths of a second separating Germany, Poland and Bulgaria on the line, with the Turkish sculler just missing out on the A final. As we see here, the quick starting Polish Piotr Plominski, and he's done the same thing as he did yesterday in the semi-final, opening up a full-length lead over the rest of the field in the first minute or so. Why would he do that, you reckon?
I think he knows that he wants that, I'll call it a cushion. It's not quite a cushion, is it? But he wants that advantage. And the advantage, I think, so important in the singles, to see the field behind you and to know exactly where everyone is. It means you don't have to expend as much sort of mental capacity to have a look around to do that work. You just know exactly where you stand. And at the 500 standings, well, it's Poland all the way, Piotr of Poland.
Yeah, Plominski there, the high rating sculler, 40 strokes a minute at 500 meters gone. Impressive stuff, clear water over the rest of the field. I think Germany and Ireland right alongside each other for second and third at 500, but so impressive. I mean, Plominski had the same tactic yesterday. It saw him take a second position in the semi-final, but in the end he was rode through by this man here, Emil Nykov, who produced, I think, one of the most impressive final 200 meters I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. And as you say, no better place to do it than on home water, with loads of support from local friends, family, and supporters here in Plovdiv. Look at this open water, the advantage that Piotr Plominski is continuing to hold, keeping a close eye on the rest of the field. But Tim, he's got quite a margin.
Yeah, he has. I mean, it was already 3 and almost 4 seconds at a 500, and that's a bigger margin than he had yesterday in the semi-final at that timing mark. That's a big cushion, and I just hope for him that he's not gone out too fast too early, because we're not even halfway. And I'm curious to see if he can keep this up, because this is a big investment he has made in the first kilometer, and the rest of the field will know that he's a sculler who goes out quickly in the first 500 meters. So I think Berghoff from Germany, Nykov from Bulgaria, Andrew Sheehan from Ireland will all know that they have a quicker second half of the race than the Polish sculler now leading this field.
Time's rolling in just through the halfway point, and of course it's Plominski up at the top of the field. But you mentioned Ireland, my eye staying on them. They were content, Andrew Sheehan, content to be third at the 500 down. I think at the halfway point, though, yes, Steady's third. I think we can expect a push. It's not quite there yet, but yeah, I think the André Pinto just under threat from Portugal.
Yeah, Portugal, it's André Pinto. He's second now. It is he's 20 meters, almost 20 meters behind Plominski from Poland, with one of the favorites for a gold medal in Andrew Sheehan from Ireland. He won his semi-final yesterday, where he dominated from start to finish. Currently in bronze medal position, the Irish sculler, with Poland's Plominski still out in front. We're almost at 7:50 to go, and I think the gap is shrinking a bit. I mean, you can see the bow ball of the number 4 of Ireland and Pinto from Portugal creeping up on that Polish lead.
Yeah, creeping up on that Polish lead indeed, and keeping an eye too on the Bulgarian whom we mentioned, Emil Nykov. Certainly a favourite here, and will have to keep himself, I think, in really good contact, because he's starting to lose touch with the field as they close the gap on the Polish sculler. He was 6th at the halfway mark. We know he's got that incredible sprint in him, or at least he did yesterday, but maybe starting to lose touch a bit.
Yeah, looking at Plominski now, I think he's struggling. He's starting to struggle a bit now. He's into the last quarter of this race. He's still well up on the rest of the field, but the margin he has is shrinking, because coming into view now we see Pinto from Portugal in silver medal position. Going with him, it's Ireland in bronze medal position. And it's clear water back actually to Nykov of Bulgaria, who had the highest boat speed at 100 meters ago, but he really needs to start producing a bit more speed if he's going to take a medal here on home water.
Oh, Andrew Sheehan able to get himself just ahead of André Pinto of Portugal to put himself in what could be a silver medal position, and he's looking for the pole. Piotr Plominski on the far side. We're riding now, though, with the Bulgarian out of lane 3, Emil Nykov. Well, starting to make a push, but again, he'll have to go, I think, straight away. We're in the final 500 already.
Yeah, the Irish sculler is moving, isn't he? He has the highest boat speed of all these athletes. Pluminski still leading, though, but every single stroke, that margin is shrinking just a bit. To less than 200 meters to go. It is still Poland's race to lose. He's still in the lead by only by the narrowest of margins.
Wow, absolutely incredible push from Andrew Sheehan of Ireland. We knew that he would be a late charge, and he's proving to be just that. Will he be able to overhaul the Polish sculler? Pluminski continuing to hold.
Yeah, Nykov making a move too. It is Sheehan from Ireland. He's sprinting all out to the line. Precious little between them, but it's still Pluminski leading with the final few strokes of this race, and here comes Nykov.
Oh, here comes Nykov. We knew he had a sprint in him on his home water, flying. Can he track down Andrew Sheehan up at the top? It's looking really good for Pluminski, who will cross the line first. Ireland, I think, we will hold for the times. What an effort, though, at the end for Emil Nykov on home waters.
Yeah, an apology to Pluminski from my part for ever doubting his tactics. He managed to hold on. What a fantastic race plan. And yesterday's semi-final, he couldn't quite hang on to his lead. But today, where it mattered most, he was able to cling on and get himself that gold medal. And we still have to wait. Nykov from Bulgaria takes a bronze medal in the end. Which means that Andrew Sheehan from Ireland takes the silver.
Incredible push from Nykov. We knew it was coming, but he went from 6th into a bronze medal position by the end. 6th at halfway.
Wow.
Well, we'll shift over in just a moment then to the women's 8 victory ceremony. And we see the Canadian team just walking, Canadian crew walking onto the podium.
Bronze medalists from Canada moving, followed by the USA in the middle of the rostrum. New world champions about to get their medals, and Germany, the silver medalists, completing this very, very wide podium. Here they are, Canada.
Winners of the bronze medal, the maple leaf of Canada on their unisuits. Well done, Canada. Canada represented by Ellie Sousa. Lindsay Ryden in the 2-seat. Parker Illingworth. Fiona Elliott in the 4-seat. Jeanette Peachy out of the 8 from last year, the under 23 8, and Lucy Black out of the 8 as well, and Claire Ellison too. So these 3 returners seeing themselves on the podium this year. Mira Calder and Jack Pankratz in the coxswain seat. Medals presented by World Rowing Council member Victoria Agui-Gomez Porta. And Germany, of course, for the silver medals. They're delighted.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they did a great job moving out bravely in the first 500, I think, and giving the Americans a bit of a shock. But in the end, the speed and power of the USA was just too much for them, and they held on for that silver medal. And you can see it on their faces, really pleased with this performance. And let's not forget that they got several of these this crew got a bronze medal last year in Varese, so they've moved one up, I think, so that's a good result.
It's Olivia Cloten, Lena Muos, and Clara Kirsten in the stroke seat, Annalena Fisch in the coxswain seat. Big shout from the grandstand. I hope that ambient noise was picked up in the mic.
Yeah, I hope so too. I think that was her dad.
Yeah,
it must have been.
Michelle Libren in the bow. Chiara Sacomando in the 2 seats, just quickly. Ricarda Hauser in 3, Antonia Galland in 4, Amelia Fritz in the 5 seat. And our gold medalists are under 23 world champions. United States of America. Well done to this women's 8. Such a delight to watch, especially the second half of their race. Just great push before the halfway point. And that's Olivia Vavasaur, Lauren Day, Dalia Levine, Lael Idil, Even Clark in the 5 seats. Mia Levy. And Hannah Heideveld in the 7 seats. Megan Lee setting the rhythm in the stroke seat. And Victoria Greeter in the coxswain seat.
Fantastic gold medal for the USA, and it really shows the depth of the talent in the USA, I think, to win with an almost completely new crew. Only one returning gold medalist from last year.
Hear the national anthem of the USA. Well done to Team USA, the under-23 world champions in the women's 8.
Yeah, and already on the course, it's the A final of the women's single sculls. We have Evangelina Fracou from Greece in lane 1, Marazine Gilbert from Belgium in lane 2. We have Aurelia Maxima Janssen from Switzerland, lane 3. We have Alison Bergen from Ireland in lane 4. We have Anna Santruchkova from Czechia in lane 5. And closest to the grandstand, we have Courtney Wesley from South Africa, and that race already approaching 750 meters gone. And look at the screen, we see that white boat and the Macon blades of Janssen from Switzerland leading by almost a length over Fracou from Greece.
Yeah, it's a trademark, isn't it? We comment about the blades. They're just a different type of oar. They really work for her, and she's stuck with them. And what's working for her now as she approaches the halfway point. But we know that Fracou is such a talent, Tim, and a gold medalist in the under-23 pair at the 2022 championships last year. She'll be one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, certainly. She's racing from one of the outside lanes, but she's really one to keep a close eye on. And I think Aurelia Maxima Janssen from Switzerland knows that all too well, because back in 2021, when the Plovdiv hosted the Junior World Championships, these two athletes raced each other, and both were on the podium then, with Janssen taking the gold medal and Fracou from Greece taking a bronze, and they must be aware of that fact that they see each other at these tournaments, at the World Championships over and over again, and there must be a sort of special relationship between them.
Yeah, there has to be a sort of reverence or respect, certainly, for one another, and no doubt a rivalry. And well stated. Janssen making the best of it as she crosses the halfway point into the third quarter, just grimace on her face, absolute pain. This is a really difficult part of the race.
Yeah, and she's at 32 strokes a minute, and she has that very nice locked style. She really takes the time to bury those Macon blades deep in the water, and then long and strong strokes all the way down the line. And she's so consistent. Yesterday we saw her in the semi-final, and it was just 31 strokes a minute, more or less from start to finish, like a metronome. So consistent, so smooth, and we see her now. She's opening up, I think, clear water over Fracou from Greece, and the bronze medal is just outside of picture, but that must be Anna Santruchkova from Czechia.
Yeah, she is. She's right in contention, I think, for it. But I've been really impressed by Courtney Wesley of South Africa, I think, throughout the entire week, and she's just nipping on the heels of Santruchkova from Czechia to look to get herself onto the podium. And in fact, they're going toe for toe just at the back of the pack.
Yeah, it's just outside the view of this camera, with Janssen all the way. She's all the way out in front, extending her lead even further, and frantic efforts by Evangelina Fracou from Greece to keep her bow in contact with the stern of the Swiss sculler. And outside of picture, I think a good push there from Alison Bergen from Ireland, the Fermoy Rowing Club athlete. I think she's moved into bronze medal position. It's difficult to see here on the pictures, but I think the data is pretty clear that she's moving up and putting her name down for one of the medals at the end of this race. And here she is. Here comes in the green vest.
Yeah, typical Irish fashion, content to be fifth at the 500 and now getting herself potentially onto the podium. That pushes back Belgium and South Africa, Czechia as well.
Yes, and already almost 600 meters. I think I can see Janssen from Switzerland already getting her bow ball close to those red buoy area, which denotes the final 250 meters of racing. We saw Bergen from Ireland producing fantastic push in that last quarter yesterday, and I think she may even threaten Fracou from Greece for that silver medal.
Yeah, Fracou at 33 strokes per minute, and Janssen, I saw her take it down, in fact, in the third quarter to 31, but she's kicked it back up. She knows that she needs to go now. She's pushing herself further away from the Greek sculler, but all the while, Alison Bergen pushing into their lead. Yeah,
Alison Bergen, I think, in silver medal position, so it's Evangelina Fracou who has the work to do to get back into that silver medal spot. But out in front we ride here with Aurelia Maxima Janssen from Switzerland. You can hear the cowbells, no doubt, on the live stream. Massive support here from the grandstand as she comes into the final 100 meters.
Wow, what a fantastic second half, especially for her. She's the darling, I think, of Swiss sculling. And yes, the Swiss fans just absolutely delighted with this performance. She's managed to push herself far, far away from Fracou, just out of the picture. And it's looking like it could be a world championship title for Janssen.
Yes, she's going to become under 23 world champion in the women's single scull here. And Alison Bergen from Ireland, decisive move from her, sees her into goal of in silver medal position. She's just clear waterback from Janssen, crossing the line now. It's gold for Switzerland. Ireland take the silver, and Fracou from Greece holds on to that bronze medal. It will be Belgium, I think. Gilbert from Belgium who takes fourth, and Wesley from South Africa is fifth, and Santruchkova from Czechia will be sixth overall.
Wow, well done, Aurelia Maxima Janssen, certainly the favorite coming into this event with that fantastic competition, pushed all the way down by Alison Bergen. Great effort from her to capture the silver. Well done, putting Evangelina Fracou in that bronze medal position, with the Czechia athlete Santruchkova rounding out her regatta. Yeah, exhausted Fracou. She was pushed so hard by Alison Bergen.
Yeah, and she had to do that from one of the outside lanes, so it must have been a difficult race for her to race more or less in isolation from 500 meters onwards. So well done to Fraku as we move to the victory ceremony of the men's single sculls. So the medals will be presented by Algirdas Raslanas, the World Rowing Council member, and Ivan Popov, the organizing committee chairman. And rightly so, the cameraman focuses on the bronze medal. It is Emil Naikov from Bulgaria taking a famous medal here on home water. And I think the organizing committee chairman wanting to take a picture right away with his local hero. And I think the camera just found here the mother of Emil Naikov, herself a former rower. As we go to the silver medal, Andrew Sheenan from Ireland. I think a bit of a mullet game there too.
We saw that earlier in yesterday as well from one of the Americans.
Yes, and I think the Australian men's Cox 4 had have mullets too. So definitely a bit of a hype here in the rowing scene.
We love to see it.
As we concentrate on the gold medal winner from Poland, Piotr Plominski. He's produced a fantastic race and he held on for that gold medal. Well done, Piotr Plominski from Poland. He's the under-23 men's single world champion for 2023. So well done. And big congratulations from us here in the finished hour as we prepare ourselves for the national anthem of Poland.
Well done, a fantastic race from Plominski of Poland, and a look already at the start list for the A final of the men's 8.
Last A final of this regatta, Colleen, could you believe it? The A final of the men's 8. We have the USA racing from lane number 1. Right beside them is the green and gold from Australia, racing in lane number 2. So defending champions from Great Britain in lane 3. We have Germany right beside them in lane number 4. It is in the blue boat. We see the Dutch with in lane 5, and closest to the camera we have Romania racing. And well, Colleen, the final race of the day, we see the Australian crew moving out very, very quickly indeed. Who's your favorite to win this?
Oh, I can't possibly split them. I'm feeling for a moment that I'm back in Lucerne just a few weeks ago, where we had the privilege to commentate on the Aussie Great Britain showdown. It went the way of Australia at the senior level. Today's a new day, new category, and we're riding now with the Americans. And yeah, take a look at the speeds. It's Germany currently with just an edge over the rest of the field. Australia, the US nearly level. Great Britain just behind them. The Dutch, and I would say the Romanians maybe just back.
Yeah, it's indeed that bow of the German 8, the crew here leading by about a canvas. On the far side, though, we have the USA and Australia, the two white boats on the far side of the course, not far behind. I think the crew from Great Britain right beside that German crew, slipping back about a quarter of a length. The Dutch still close to the leading crew from Germany. Romania struggling a bit, I think. Well, I have to apologize to the Romanian crew. The Romanians in this. 500 meters gone, 120 opening split for Germany.
Yeah, okay, Germany looking to send a message. We see that in the early stages, but certainly still time left, and not if the Americans have something to say about it. The U.S. takes it up now to 41 strokes per minute and just get their bow ahead of Germany for a moment. These two toe-to-toe at the top of the field, ever so close, and the Aussies going with them.
Yeah, Australia now with the highest boat speed. You can see their bow edging forward here. Great Britain trying to move with them. There's barely 6 meters separating the top 5 of these crews. Only Romania now dropping back. Here we ride with Great Britain. Great Britain in 4th position now. They are basically level with Germany and Australia. The USA taking the initiative here at 7:50.
Yeah, the USA holding, going just a touch faster now than the Germans. The Germans taking some kind of a response earlier on, but we're back with the Australians now. The Aussies looking to get themselves onto the podium. Great Britain doing the same as well. Great Britain just a hair over the Aussies now, but up at the top it is the USA on the far side. The USA just by a bow deck through the bridge and shy of halfway.
Stellar second quarter by the American 8 there. They take out the lead. I think Great Britain now moving to Germany, finding their early pace perhaps a bit too much. The Dutch slipping back 2 seconds behind the leading crew from the USA. Great Britain in silver medal position and challenging for the gold.
The USA continuing to open up their lead, still at that 41 strokes per minute, but Germany now starting to respond. Back with the Australians, again looking to get onto the podium, but they'll have to elbow Germany off, who is just an annoyance to them. At the moment, you see the German coxswain just look over his shoulder, Florian Koch of Germany, but it is just ever so slightly. The Australians over Germany, the USA still leads over on the far side.
Yeah, the USA might be overhauled just yet by Great Britain. I think that completely new crew from compared to last year is doing fantastic here in the third quarter to take about a quarter of a length, perhaps even a canvas, over the USA now in silver medal position. And behind them, it's nothing to choose between the crew from Germany and Australia.
Absolutely a fantastic push from Great Britain over the last 30 strokes or so to edge themselves now over the Americans. The U.S. will need to respond now, but GB moving just a bit quicker. And then just behind them, look at the graphic flip between Australia and Germany for the bronze.
Yeah, Germany and Australia separated by a whisker. Germany just have their bows in front at 1500. It's just 500 meters to go, the last race of today. Great Britain move into that gold medal position a bit more securely, 1/4 of a length, perhaps even a third of a length over the American, who are producing their best race so far.
Yeah, Great Britain flying now, increasing boat speed, getting it done in the water, and they've secured what looks to be a pretty solid advantage over the Americans on the far side. Just behind them, though, Great Britain pushing Australia potentially off the podium, but look at Great Britain go.
Yeah, Great Britain are flying. Going with them is the crew from the USA. I think the Aussies are struggling a bit. Germany in bronze medal position, but out in front, GB look good for gold.
Germany with that lightning fast start, but Great Britain with a solid second half, now closing into the very final stages of this race. Fantastic effort. Wow, their boat speed continuing to increase in these final stages for Great Britain.
Oh, Great Britain look good for the gold. Germany now pushing on, perhaps even challenging for that silver medal. USA having to step up because it's oh so close between Germany, who have found a great turn of speed in the final quarter. GB leads still, 5 strokes left to the line. I think it will be GB for the gold, but who's going to get the silver?
Absolutely thrilling. Germany closing that gap, moving quicker, in fact, than Great Britain, but Great Britain gets across the line first, followed by Germany, and then over to the United States. We'll confirm that in just a moment, but fantastic effort all around as the Romanians close in their final few. It is the USA for the silver. It's Great Britain for the gold and Germany for the bronze. Ever so close between these two.
Oh, less than a tenth separating the USA and Germany for silver and bronze. And hats off to the crew from Great Britain, a completely new crew. Not many of them have raced on this level before, and they've produced a stellar final here in the men's 8.
Yeah, fantastic results, and a lot of trust to know exactly when they decide to go that that's going to be the moment. They did it as one, just absolutely delighted. Their coxswain, Tom Bryce, smacking the water. And yeah, they didn't just get the gold, they really got it.
Yeah, yes, it's, you know you are in a good race in the eights racing when you're 3/4 of a length up and you just well, demolish the rest of the field. Such an impressive turn of speed. And they did it in that most important part of the race, that third quarter. They just walked away from the rest of the field. As we see the Netherlands here on the big screen, the Netherlands got 5th overall. So no medal, unfortunately, for that Dutch 8, but they've been in a great race. They were close, but it just wasn't enough for them to get a medal. As we go to the medal ceremony, I think, of the women's single sculls, any moment now. So Patrick Rombaut, the World Rowing Executive Committee member, will hand out the medals, and Rumjana Naikova, Olympic medalist from Bulgaria, will hand out the flowers to the athletes.
Maybe we saw a quick shot of her earlier on, teeing up this moment perhaps.
Yeah, and I think she wanted to congratulate Emil, her son, with that bronze medal. But Evangelina Fracou from Greece, she takes a fantastic bronze medal. She left it all out on the water today, and I think she looks pleased with that bronze medal as she's handed the flower by Rumjana Naikova. And now we go to the silver medal. Great race from Fermoy Rowing Club's athlete Alison Bergen from Ireland. She gave it her all and got a silver medal in the end, so fantastic result for her.
It's about to get loud.
Yeah, we're going to hear some cowbells because we're going to the sculler, the athlete who dominated this race from start to finish. An impressive performance from start all the way down here at the finish line. The winner of the under-23s women's single sculls, Aurelia Maximal Janssen from Switzerland. She's world champion at the under-23 level, and bear in mind she's only 19 years of age. So plenty of more to come, I think, for the young Swiss sculler here. As we hear the national anthem of Switzerland.
Well done. She's had a great season. Good to see her at some of the earlier World Cups. And culminating in this moment.
Yeah, and well, only 19 years of age, and she's such a proficient sculler, and she races with a maturity well above her 19 years of age. She already has a couple of gold medals in the junior categories and the under-23s, let's not forget.
Yes.
Because 2 years ago she raced both the junior and the under-23 World Championships and came home with 2 medals. So I think this is the first under-23 gold, and perhaps with more to come.
Yeah, it's a name we will certainly hear, I think, for quite some time.
as we see the replay of the start of the men's 8, the last final of the day. And the Australian 8 here moving out so quickly. I mean, really high rate of striking. And the American 8 racing from one of the outside lanes, perhaps not on the, well, the best place to get a medal from, but they really impressed me. I think they led at 1,000 and then had to see that fantastic crew from Great Britain move through. And Aussies going all the way here. We see the coxswain Harry Keenan there from Australia as we ride with the to-be crowned world champions from Great Britain.
That amazing second half. And yeah, we saw that little look from the German coxswain over his shoulder, Florian Koch, as they organize themselves, these men's 8 onto the podium. It's a tough job, I think, being the floor manager, to get all of these athletes to line up exactly where you want them, and that's especially true in the 8s. Yeah,
that is a bit of a nightmare to get 27 athletes standing in just the right place, the right time.
Yes. And I love this moment too, because I think oftentimes we're hanging now with the men's US 8, but you do see these hugs across the team to one another, I think, forming those relationships that we've touched on that can be quite special.
Yes, and some of these athletes have seen each other in the American collegiate scene, probably, and you see each other there and then go off back to your home nation and then selected for the under-23s World Championships, and then you race each other again. So I think many of these athletes would have known each other, perhaps even from the junior level onwards.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's right. The IRA, the Men's Collegiate National Championship, can be such a treat in that sense when it's kind of the reverse, right? You've got so many different countries represented at this national event, and yeah, so many teammates competing with each other, against each other. But for now, it's Germany getting organized.
Yeah, and being organized by Tina Jakobsen from World Rowing. So we see the crew from Great Britain. I think that's World Champions' prerogative to give each other a big hug and delay the medal ceremony for a bit.
And to look at the paparazzi. Ooh, moving shot there. Well, it's been such a delight to have you with us on the video stream today. I'm so sad this is the last event. It's really flown by this week and certainly these past 2 days.
Yeah, thanks so much, Colleen. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure, Tim.
And we're lucky enough to have seen some great racing today. Some fantastic A finals, brilliant performances all round.
And just organizing these 3 men's 8, as we mentioned, no small feat. It's been warm conditions here in Plovdiv, as we've mentioned. So the organizers have moved up the racing to accommodate for that. As we get ready for the victory ceremony.
Yes, I think we're about to start with the VC of the men's 8. As we see Germany enter the pontoon first.
And the last victory ceremony, Jean-Christophe Rolland, whom we've seen a few times, World Rowing President, will present the medals on behalf of World Rowing. On behalf of the Plovdiv Organizing Committee, Svilin Nekov, the President of the Bulgarian Rowing Federation, and husband to Manya Naikov, whom we saw earlier. And it's Germany with the bronze medal. Konstantin Konrad in the bow seat, getting his medal first. Noah Anga and 2, Jonas Matsangda in the 3. Jan Zimczak, Paul Martin, Ole Battenbach, Kasper Wernicke, Simon Schubert, and Florian Koch. Fantastic effort from Germany at the line. It made for a thrilling final as we move on to our silver medalist, the United States of America.
Team USA.
Team USA. With Jacob Hudgens in the bow. Big smiles. Nicholas Taylor in the 2 seat. Julian Thomas, Joseph Keeley in 4 seat, Eric Spinker in the 5, Wilson Morton in 6, Ian Burnett supporting that rhythm in the 7 seat, and Joshua Golbus in the stroke seat. And Jack DiGiovanni in the coxswain seat for the USA. Handful of silver medalists from the 8 last year back on the podium. And of course, the winners of the gold medal and the under-23 world champions in the men's 8. Great Britain, well done. I hope you can hear our tower announcer, Rob Curling.
Yes.
He says that so well. It's Toby Lassen in the bow. Felix Rawlinson into Andrew Metrick, Joseph Willis, Gabriel Opolza, Luca Ferraro, just after Fergus Wilno, Lewis Nares, and Cox Tom Bryce. And the last national anthem that we'll hear for this World Championship, Under-23 World Rowing Championship, is for Great Britain.
God save the king, indeed.
Great Britain defend their under-23 title in the men's 8 with a hugely impressive final 500-meter push. And can you believe it? That's the last race and the last victory ceremony of the Under-23 World Rowing Championship.
Yeah, it's gone by so fast, hasn't it? I mean, with such quality events all round. It's been a joy, Colleen. Thank you so much for having me.
Tim, always a pleasure. Tim Von Fleet, I'm Colleen Seville. We're here on behalf of World Rowing. And such a privilege to be with you and to witness these incredible races here in sunny, warm Plovdiv, Bulgaria. A massive, massive thanks to truly a lovely organizing committee. We always say how fantastic they are.
Yeah, they are great. And a big thank you too to all the volunteers who have bravely faced the heat all week long. And of course, the local OC, big thanks to you. And thank you for having us, I'd say.
Yeah, thank you for having us. And look forward to coming back again soon as we just see. I love this shot, the final few moments of the men's 8 victory ceremony with bronze, silver and gold. Big shout, I think, from Great Britain, maybe from all three.
Yeah, from all three, I think, but biggest shout out came from GB.
Well, the final few photos being captured now. Again, our sincere thanks. It's been such a privilege, and with that we say goodbye.
Yes, thank you so much for listening into the World Rowing live stream, and see you next year.
See you next year.